Feel your verses.
Welcome. Getting a little bit hot on the start today. Normally I like to wait a little bit of time, allow people to join, but we're here and we're ready to go. Oh, and it's actually working. Isn't that good? Yesterday we had a bit of a problem. So, as you can see, I already have Shuttle 3.1 aesthetic set in the loader. Now it seems to be getting stuck on the clip load, so we're going to see how it goes after I've done a whole bunch of stuff with NVIDIA driver cleanup and stuff like that. So hopefully things are going to be a little bit faster today. Oh, it actually loaded the clip in 1 minute 30. Come on, 2 minutes, please. 2 minutes, not 15. But just in case it does take that long, we're obviously going to look and talk about a whole bunch of different stuff. So thank you for joining. It's, as always, great to be here. Sunday night, we're looking at the 22nd of December. Whole bunch of stuff which I've got to get out the way as we start up the stream. So first of all, in the inside line today, we have the workflow that we made last night. So we're going to continue building out this pack. I'm hopefully going to get the video to video workflow version done, but there's a native comfy folder in the Hoda Hunyuan video pack. So that's going to be the text to video workflow that we made last night. So it should be good to go. And also we have announcements. So these are all of my back catalogue being released from now until New Year's Eve. So hopefully all of the tracks should be up. So all of the stuff that I play on the stream should be up as albums and available to play on Spotify. That's the plan anyway. We'll see how it goes. So far 3 of them are actually up already. So you can currently listen to, I think, 11, 21 and 9. So they're already up. But the rest of them, it recommended that I put it a week in the future. So I'm just playing nice. So obviously these are trickling out now. So let's see, what have we got coming up over the next few days? We've got tomorrow, we're getting 26, which is a little bit more chilled out. 24th, Christmas Eve, we're going to have album 4. That's probably one of the first ones, so it's pretty hardcore, I guess. And then 25th of December gets Cooking Time, which is probably the most Memphis funk album I've done. And that was featured, we built that one, a lot of the tracks on live stream right here. Uh-oh, what's going on with my mouse? Oi, let me have my mouse back. Don't tell me that is it choking out? Does that mean it's nearly done? There's no way. Well, not quite yet, but let's just keep going. 26th of December will be album 25, and like I said, that was one of the most recent ones. So there it is. And like I said, there's a couple of new ones that you probably haven't heard. So that would be the Clubbing Seals album. I'm still working on Book. Book is going well. It's got like 7 tracks now. But I was just in the middle of that before the stream started up. And like I said, no time. I've got to do the stream. Got to do the live. So let's just get my Discord off the screen. Also, I did a new recording session. And we're... Oh! It just finished. Look at that. Just like that. So, what I got is I got some new clips, which I'm going to have to do the handbrake on. Let's see if we can find those. So they're going to be in the Comfy UI folder as well. And there should be 102 of them. Some of them are pretty large, so I guess a lot went down. My plan, like I said, if this is like 30-second clips each, there's probably a little bit of like editing that needs to be done here. So I don't know if I'm going to do that. I'm certainly going to start the handbrakeage while we're here. So in case you're wondering, handbrake is a great tool for converting MKV Matryoshka into or Matryoshka if you prefer. Because OBS records in a MKV format, which is much safer for recording in. But obviously we like to work with MP4s, don't we? So this is just part of the Shuffle Video Studio stuff. So I need something to, like, you know, cut together and edit down. So got in with my partner in crime because it's Christmas and we picked Helldivers and Darktide as our game of the Christmas year, I guess. We kind of get together for the Christmas and play a bit of games. So there it is. All right. So I'm just going to put that over one side because it's going to take a while. But yeah, like I said, we got some really good stuff, actually. Not being funny. Some really good stuff in here. Probably a bit UI intensive. I prefer to try and get rid of the UI when I'm doing gaming stuff. But certainly, you know, it was it was pretty awesome. There's got like a train map now. I don't know. Anyway, like I said, so I did actually do all of the updates for my NVIDIA drivers and like cleaned out all the old stuff. So I was hoping that it was going to load a bit faster, but unfortunately, look at that. So I'm going to have to stand on a timer. Hang on a second. Pirate GFX says, Udio kept using prompt keywords in my songs, so I added, do not use any of the prompt keywords as lyrics to the prompt. Seems to work. Well, that's interesting. I think that there's an LLM, if we just take a look at Udio. So here's one of the tracks I'm working on, and as you can see, it's got a bunch of Gregorian chants in here, okay? So if I just go to extend, if you don't hit manual mode, it will do crazy things with your prompt. But I'm sure you knew that. I thought it was just worth mentioning. I always use manual mode and instrumental. Okay. And then, like I said, but I'm not going to be doing this right now because it's, like I said, a bit distracting when we're working on other things. But certainly that's how I stop it from doing stuff. I don't know about what you were saying about the auto-generate lyrics thing because, excuse me, I don't really do much with the lyrics, if I'm being completely honest. I do need to soon though because I want to use their in-painting feature. That's something which is quite useful because you can take a track that you've already made and then you can in-paint lyrics to fix them after the fact, which is something other services don't have, which is pretty useful, like I say. But yeah, I always use manual mode. I don't know if that's relevant to you, Pirate, but something worth saying. So, now we got more people here. I think it's time to say hello, everybody. So yeah, welcome to the stream. Thank you for joining. Hello, Lewis. Hello, Pirate. Hello, Hans. I don't know if MZ's here. He was here like an hour ago. He was a little bit early, right? But yeah, basically, as I was just saying, we've got new album release dates coming out every day from here until the end of the year. So I've got a little forum topic here where I'm putting the actual Spotify links as they appear. So currently we got 3 albums out and the rest of them are on release dates. So the release dates are listed in my Inside Line section on Discord. So like I said, there's going to be 1 or more albums coming out because I want to get them all pushed out by the end of this year. So that's one thing. And like I said, I can highly recommend DistroKid. They've done a great job, you know, seeing the music up on, because that's the end goal. Do you know what I mean? It's almost like you've been designing baseball caps for 6 months and you just can't find somebody to make the damn thing. Yeah. And so I think that if you're going to make your own music, you need to have a way to master the music that's reliable and consistent. So that was why we covered the FL Studio plugins. And then also, you're going to need a way to actually distribute the music. And I think, like I said, I think that distributing with DistroKid is probably one of the better ways of doing it. Because as I say, if you look at this, okay, so this is all the albums which I've got coming out. The ones in green have already been accepted. The rest I've probably just pushed today. Or they're scheduled, you see what I mean? And look at all the different services that you're publishing to. You know what I mean? It's not bad. And they don't charge you per video. They charge you a flat yearly fee. And like I said, it's really not a lot. When I think about how many albums I've got, if I divide the fee by the number of albums I've got now, and I'm probably going to have more of them as well, like the more albums I do, the amount per album is coming down. Do you know what I mean? By a lot. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So I got 14 albums up right now. I'm working on a 15th already, right? I know I've got the content in the chamber for like another 2 albums because I'm experimenting with hard trance and also like future sound of London style techno. I'm sort of experimenting with 2 new genres at the moment. So like I've got those like in the chamber ready to go. They just haven't been finished and mastered and everything else, right? They don't even have track names yet, you know what I mean? I'm still just working on a theme, you know? But the point is, 16 albums, you know, you divide that by, I think it was $100 for like their top billing. If you go to their pricing, if you take a look here, you can go with just $22.99 is the minimum, you know what I mean? I think what I did is I went for the $39.99 and then I upgraded it to $89.99 because I was just like, I want to know what all this is about. If it's not worth it, then I'll just go back down to this one, right? But the point is, $90 divided by 16, you know, we're talking coffee prices at this point. So 90 divided by 16, yeah, it's $5.62 each to distribute to Spotify and Apple iTunes, all these different platforms, right? So, I mean, you can't really argue with that. Like I said, I think it's pretty fair. Okay, so Fusion says, hello, governor. Welcome, welcome. Okay, so yeah, what are we doing? Well, right now we are loading a Flux model. I thought that would be fun. We've already been loading it for 12 minutes and 50. Let me just jump off the screen right now here. I've said enough. So yeah, 12:57. So hopefully it won't take half an hour. Hopefully. So we're just waiting for this to pop into action. So if everybody shout. If you see this move and I don't notice, just shout, okay? So let me know. Right. Because as you can see, I want to check out Shuttle. That's what I want to check out tonight. We're obviously going to look at some video stuff later, but there's plenty of time for that, so I thought we'd look at this first. Okay. Now then. Is this Praise Alpha? It is, isn't it? Right, well, I think what I should probably do is just cue that up. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Go there like that. And then do a section, go like that, and then I can leave this alone now. Okay, that's done for now. I can come back to that at a later date. Right, so I believe the workflow that I've currently got set up here is the little tester that I worked on for the Warhammer 40k box art model. So we should have 40k box art V0 in the first section, box art V1 in the second section, and then this is going to be Epoch 9 for V0 and V1. So essentially what I'm doing is I'm prompting the captions from the V0 model to both models, and then I'm running the captions for the V1 model to both models. Okay, that's what's going on there. It'll make sense hopefully when it loads, but until then I think it's time to upload some pictures, right? Let's get in that gallery. That's what I need. Okay, so in we go. See, Angel is so quiet, I had to do a remaster on it today. So hopefully I can pump up that volume, because seems a bit quiet to me on my end. Excuse me. Right. It's a nice little theme, the Gregorian funk. Interesting one. Like I said, I like to experiment. So I like to make experimental music. And like I said, AI is like the ultimate gift when it comes to experimental, because it's like you can just do anything. I don't need to go and buy expensive equipment or instruments. I can just have the AI estimate it. And hey, if somebody actually plays these instruments, maybe they can go ahead and do something with it. I don't know. I don't own music. You know what I mean? You can do what you want, right? So let's just make a new album. We're going to call this one December. Let's call it December. December. What should we call it though? Because I bet there's all types of different things. So we're going to have to go into Comfy UI, go up, 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 and then up into Machines 3. So this is like my last output, and it's going to be big. So I just want to like pick some things which I like. So here we go. Let's go with Foda. Yeah. December Foda. That's going to be big. Because obviously Foda pack is the Flux pack, right? Oh boy, oh boy. Oh boy. There's a lot here. Okay. So AD project. What's that? What are you doing, son? Can we get some previews up here? Uh-oh. See, you're trying to do too much. It doesn't like it. 16 minutes. Oh. What the heck? CNET grid. No. CNET daemon. Add. I know what that is now. Right. Base. Excuse me. So yeah, this is not the one. Black Sun V4 remix. Because there's going to be a whole bunch of stuff. Right, let's go into... Where's December gone? Didn't I just make a folder called December and now I'm blind? It's gone. Okay, so can we put it in there? Did it move? Am I crazy? Come on, refresh. My God. There, December folder. No. We want to add images to it. Add photos. There we go. We're getting somewhere. Oh my. Oh no, it's going to like take 16 million years to give me a preview and I don't even know. That's a real shame. Has this even started the queue yet? Add all. Oh my God, it took that long. Okay, right, well, we'll just minimize that. I mean, that one was pretty cool. Yeah, it looks like we got some cool stuff in here. The thing is, I'm pretty sure I upscaled a whole bunch of these. They're a bit small. Let me just see if I can... See, I think what we were doing is we were experimenting with introducing MJ scuffed. So early MJ version 2 scuffery. And then introduce that into my pre-trained styles. So that you end up with like the quality that Flux gives you. But then it deliberately makes this crazy stuff go and happen. Kind of hard to explain. But it makes sense, I think. Had this sort of like Mega Barons type vibe going on early on. I was like trying to do Mega Barons. I don't know if that's... Is that even the name of the thing? Is it Mega? Something Barons. Mega Barons? Meta Barons. That's the one. It's not like I didn't use Meta Barons as a target. I just read it and was inspired by it. I was like, this is cool. Alejandro Jodorowsky. So, you know, pretty good lineage. And Juan Gimenez. I'm probably butchering those names, okay? But this sort of aesthetic made me interested. I was like, that's interesting. And there's a whole bunch of them. But I didn't use the art or any of the art styles or artist names. I just sort of tried to reconstruct things from scratch, I guess. And you ended up with this kind of thing. So it's kind of like, I don't know. It's kind of like a futuristic type thing, I guess. Nice helicopter. But But yeah, I don't think this is the folder I wanted to actually look at. I think that there's other Black Sun folders which are better. Black Sun V0. Still can't seem to get at it. I think that me messing around on the same hard drive is probably going to slow down the loading for some reason, but hopefully it gets there, gets somewhere. Bloody hell, excuse me. Oh, there's only 4 in there, so obviously it's not that one. Not the True World plus Black Sun, that might be it. It's kind of hard to... It's kind of hard to remember when you can't see the bloody... Do you know what I mean? I want to see my thumbnails! What am I supposed to do? I mean, that was pretty sick. It's not really saying much, though. My God, man. See what I mean? It takes so long to get a thumbnail. Look at this weird anime influence that's coming through here. It's a very strange, like, CGI type thing. Got the robot on her shoulder. Crazy. Can we get more? See, even that looks a bit weird. I think there's something about the look here. Ah, they've all loaded suddenly. Oh, excuse me. I mean, it's not bad, but see how it's got this Midjourney version 2 texture? I don't know, it's kind of hard to point out. But that's not the right folder either. We'll get there. See, I know I want my Cyber Society V66 stuff, but it's just a question of which epoch I'm going to put. I think it's going to be E7. I mean, it could be that I would have already looked through these. So if I go to the CC folder, these should be all upscaled. And 2K is fine. I don't need to do 4K. Okay. So yeah, I hope you're all doing great on a Sunday night. Still waiting on that model to load. Gotta love it. I've never actually seen Shuttle work yet, so this is why I wanted to start with this. I hoped that we'd be able to get it loaded in less than 20 minutes, but you know, I'm not the boss of Comfy, so I don't get to choose. Although I can say that my NVIDIA drivers are up to date. I've got the latest version of Comfy. You know, I've done everything I can, so I just hope that other people don't get afflicted with this because, as I say, I haven't been able to find the solution yet. When I do, I'll be telling everybody how I fixed it, but I'm pretty confident that it can be fixed. It's just that it seems a little bit extreme to, like, reinstall Windows. See, I do feel like it might be like a historic corruption as a result of all the different updates and upgrades. I saw some evidence that it could be the Python stack has become, like, infected, for lack of a better word. Obviously it's not. You can't. That's not what I mean. I just mean, like, mismatching. You know what I mean? So, like, there's a lot of different versions of a lot of different things that's as a result of having tested out all these different projects. Oh! No clip text encoders in Checkpoint. Text encoder will not be loaded. Well, what about this that I already have loaded? What? Token indices sequence is longer than the minimum sequence. 195 is greater than 77. Running the sequence through the model will result in indexing it. What the hell is all this crap about? Okay, so it took 25 minutes to load. Now what's it doing? Okay, we're in business, but it's not done anything yet. Where's it? Okay, so it's loading here. Selected input 1, so it's trying to figure itself out. But that's weird though. So I'm using the Shuttle One aesthetic FP8 with a T5XXL FP8 and the Flux VAE, and it just gave me a whole load of crap. No VAE weights. Well, what's wrong with these? No clip encoder. What's wrong with this? Lies. Seems a bit strange. See, here's me scratching my head again. So let's see. Oh, and it's fine though. It's actually fine though. That's hilarious. So it gives me a load of errors, but it's fine, actually. Don't worry about it. It's actually coming out pretty good. That's a lot better than the normal Flux Schnell. I can say that immediately. So that would be the V1 model with the V1 captions. So what's it going to do next? It's going to do the V1 model with the V0 captions. Interesting. Interesting. So this is obviously trained on box art. We did a thing on that. Let's have a look. Oh. Fusion. If it's a hard drive, hopefully you don't have bad sectors, because that will cause programs to take forever. Well, if it is that, it didn't make any difference with a brand new SSD. So I'm like, do you know what I mean? We've checked off so many things that it might be. It's becoming a little bit of a mystery now. Let me Google that problem for you. So probably something stuck in Windows registry. It could be. It could be. Who knows? Like I said, I am an expert, but I don't pretend to know everything. Fusion developer, if it is a hard drive, then you can run scan for bad sectors while you sleep, because if there are bad sectors, it could take 1 hour or 24 hours, depending on how bad it is and the size of the drive. Well, let's just have a look here. So which one should we scan first, guys? It could be one of them. I would probably start with C drive first, the ever-shrinking C drive. Look, it's page file. The page file is taking up most of the space now. It's annoying. Well, my free space, I mean. But I do know an easy way to make some space on this hard drive, right? It's called... Here it is. Oh, look, it's Star Citizen. Let's just delete that. Bye-bye, Star Citizen. I didn't even know you. Yeah, I've played that enough. I think I played it during its golden age. It's not been very good lately. Oh, my goodness. Right, avert your eyes, people. Avert your eyes. Don't look. Luckily, most of the stuff is on the other screen. I asked for... Come on. Oh! Suddenly, things appear. I just need to empty my recycle bin. I never understood that, why the only way to recycle is to do it on the desktop from that icon. Very strange decisions from Microsoft there. But yeah, we'll just not show those icons again. Thank you very much. They're gone. Hopefully you didn't see the mess. Right. And so now... we have 160 gigabytes free. Look at that. Isn't that amazing? 111 gigabytes of you can't get out of bed. Log in, can't get out of bed. Ask people how to get out of bed. Just push Y. Yeah, I think I'm pushing the key. Oh, skill issue, bro. You need to push Y in a different way. Anyway, we're going to move on. It did work eventually, okay? But it took like 5 attempts of restarting the game so you could actually get out of the bed. And they're on about putting in a new star system and God knows what else. So anyway, yeah. Right, what are people saying? It's an SSD, that's impossible. Okay, don't run it on an SSD. Scanning for bad sectors if for non-SSD. Yeah, all right, Fusion. I'm an IT engineer, mate. Don't worry. I'm not going to do anything stupid. Don't worry. You don't need to. It's cool, man. It's cool. Don't worry. Like I said, the issue which I've been having was on an SSD. So, you know, like I said, I've got it plugged in on a USB. My USB SSD. That's right here. And it used to have Comfy on it. I guess it still kind of does have a comfy on it, but it's not the comfy that I use. This is the desktop version I was testing. Still prefer portable at the moment. And then this is like comfy LTS, which has its own VNV and so on. I kind of like it, but again, I haven't used it enough to really talk much about that. Okay. So like I said, all of this stuff happened and I'm like, okay, so we've got it working. So that's good enough for me. So now we take a look at the V0 model, which was trained on much simpler. So these are like my manual captions, okay? So we have XKX, which is the trigger, simple trigger, Warhammer 40k box art, a squad of Space Marine Primaris Inceptors with jump packs, wearing blue armor and dual-wielding plasma pistols. So, a lot of stuff in there for it to mess up. So first of all, I think it does have a jump pack, but he also doesn't have a... He's not dual-wielding. He's got a plasma pistol. I mean, it's not bad for like an off-brand Warhammer Peliopas. So, I love it, dude. Some of this stuff. And then here we have the second model that was trained a little bit more, but on longer captions. He's dual-wielding, but it's not a plasma pistol. They are flying though, so at least it tried to do jetpacks. Okay. Now for the second set, we have a much longer caption. Okay. So a squad of Space Marine Primaris heavy intercessors wearing blue armor and holding heavy bolt rifles. So that was my bit. And then we put the Florence 2 caption at the end. Okay. So a highly detailed and realistic digital illustration from a front camera angle. Oh my god, it's quite lengthy, this is. Chaotic scene with 6 Space Marine soldiers. Yeah, see? 6. I don't think you're really, you know what I mean? You're asking for too much to actually get the right number on the screen, you know? Standing in a line, each holding a large gun. Yes, okay. So I think you can read that. Unfortunately, I mean, we got 4... and they've got big guns. This is the V0 model, by the way. So this is the model which has been trained on the captions that you're seeing here. Now, the first thing I'm noticing is that weapon is from a Devastator or a Desolation unit, a Desolation squad. So somehow we've ended up with one heavy weapon. Also, it's gotten confused with the backpacks as somehow part of the helmets sometimes. But to be honest, there's a lot of detail here which is pretty good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change it over to 16:9 because that is the rough aspect ratio that the box art was in. And we're going to see if we get a different situation here. So if we look at them like this, they're not bad. It's not bad. I just think that there's a lot still to be done on the captioning. Because it's all about the captioning, in my opinion. It's like pros and cons, you know. I think training on shorter captions gives the model a little bit more influence over the result. So this is actually pretty accurate in a lot of ways. It's definitely the better looking, because it's almost like there's too much going on in the long caption trained version here. Is it still giving me a load of crap? No. Look at that though, 1600 seconds. Okay, now. See, look, 1400 seconds of checkpoint loader. Absolutely insane, guys. Absolutely insane. Right. I mean, you can see it up top. CPU 100%. RAM 51%. VRAM 80%. And I've got a 4090. I've got 64 gigabytes of RAM, just in case you're new to the stream. Okay. Ignore the no clip in the text encoder. It should just be a warning, says Lucas. It's standard info you get when you don't hook up the clip output from... right. Because of the fact that I'm mixing and matching. Yeah. That's my power user shit coming out. Yeah, see, this is the funny part about this. In my mind, it doesn't matter. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't matter. As long as you use the right clip and the right VAE, it shouldn't matter. So you're saying that because I didn't hook these up to anything, it gives an error. I understand that. That makes sense. If I have a faulty RAM stick, I've got 4 RAM sticks. And like I said, I don't have any problems in any other applications. Yeah? I can play all the video games with ray tracing. As a matter of fact, the Dark Tide, yeah, is on the SSD that's running on a USB adapter. And I was playing network with my buddies with no problems and full ray tracing and everything. So it's like, I don't think it's RAM. Do you know what I mean? I don't think it's RAM. I think that I've got some kind of mismatch between Python, CUDA, and whatever comfy release I have, because other people say that they don't have to, you know, they don't have to sit there for 20 minutes to load a model in, right? So, and like I said, I used to be able to load Schnell and even the FP16, right? And it would just go to RAM and it would be fine. But now I'm like hesitant to even try that. Because of the amount of time it takes. Once it's actually working, I'm just like, fuck, it's working. Let's just accept it. Okay, this is actually looking pretty sweet. A little bit Transformer-ish, but that's okay. Warhammer 500,000. Oh man, they're still at it. In a year 500,000, it's still only war. It's interesting that he's white in this one. Is that what the prompt said? Let's have a look. Where's the prompt? Space Marine Primaris Sanguinary Priest wearing white armor and holding a chainsword. Yeah, I mean... yeah. I mean, that's not a chainsword. But that is a chain... well, it's trying to be a chainsword, I guess. I think what it needs is better captioning and less confusion, because the problem... Let me show you guys the data set real quick so we got an idea of what's going on here. Ooh, we've also got these. Okay, cool. So let me just go to... Let me just go to... I need to find the data set real quick. LoRa set? No, that's old. That's old LoRa set. Was it on here? No. Was it on here? No. Was it on here? No. Was it on here? Was it on here? Which hard drive is it on? Have I even got it plugged in? No. It helps to have the hard drive plugged in, right? Give me a sec. Come on. Why are you not going in? So for some reason, one of my USB sockets is allowing me to plug them in both ways. I don't know why. I think it's broken. Right. Chainsword does not equal chain sword. Yeah, it's a sword with chains on. Yeah, that's good enough, right? It's got chains on the sword, right? So, I mean, it did try, look, it did try. But for some reason, the chain sword is sheathed. Okay, what else have we got? The box art here. Now, this is actually pretty close to what the box art was. Warhammer 400,000. It's still happening. They're still at 440,000. They're still fighting and getting nowhere. I like how it's fixed up the background as well. That's a pretty nice touch. Okay, so I think that what we're going to do is... Can we have the same seed? I think we might be able to do that. Primitive. Let's have the same seed drive both of these. It probably won't match, but hey, it's worth trying, because they are technically in the same order. Alright. There we go. It's on fixed. I don't really want it on fixed. I want it on random. Okay. So it probably won't be the same prompt. Let's just get these closer together so I don't have to scroll all over the place to get to them. Get that to there, that to there, and then bring this down a bit. There we go. So then we can see both. See, the thing is, what we've got, that's what I was trying to do. I was trying to get the model for you guys. So where did that model go? Ah, yeah, that's right. I just had to plug it in, didn't I? 40k model, box art. Right. So in a previous live stream, might have been last Sunday, might have been Wednesday, can't remember. What we did was we took the scans and they look a bit like this. So these are all scanned by yours truly, and they are literally the boxes which is left from having assembled all these bad boys for painting, okay? So I just cut the front off the box, and I wanted to know if it was possible to train this CMYK texture. Turns out Flux is too clever and he doesn't really care about your texturing, but he did take a good look at all of this stuff. Now, as you can see, the sanguinary priest that we saw with the chainsaw, nothing like him, yeah, nothing like him. But it's trying to do the box art stuff. It really is trying to do the box art stuff. It definitely understood the logos, right? Now, just to throw a curveball, some of them are in this style. So they're literally like assembled and painted on a black background, yeah. And then others are coming in with like this diorama style, okay? And then what I've done is a whole bunch of tests to see if it'll take the captions, right? So obviously there are lots of tricks that we can do as model trainers to try and make it work better, but those will reduce the usability, because obviously it's like, you know, if I'm using XXZ, XYZ, XZY, you know, a different little trigger for each squad, that will work. But here's the problem, okay? They all have slightly different stuff going on, okay? So, like, yeah, they're all using the same rocket launcher, right? All using the same rocket launcher. But this guy has a different one, and he has a pistol, and he doesn't have a helmet on. And so just that alone is going to confuse things. So what it might be good to do is actually crop out these two, crop out these two, crop out this guy, yeah? And then try to train them individually. Prompt direct printing in the positive. Yeah, I know. I appreciate that the model probably knows how to do CMYK dot, DPI style. You know, I wanted to know if I could train it myself, and the reality is no, couldn't do it. I mean, it might be that I just needed to add it to the captions. And then we're going to do lots of different training runs with this data. So, see, normally what I do is I don't scan things in because I'm usually taking photos, right? But the reality is that these aren't fully painted yet. So I'm not going to be doing photos of just base white and base red type guys, you know what I mean? But we will be taking pictures of these guys once they've all been finished. And I've got half of them done, to be honest. Probably more than half of them. I'm probably at like 75% complete. I mean, it's probably going to end up looking more like this, you know, painted guys on a black background. But like these guys look pretty sick. Anyway. But again, they're not all the same. Like the leader has got black with gold, whereas these guys have red with black, and it's like little things like that, it will just average out. So my next idea, because what we're using what we're trying to do here is we're trying to get a good captioning strategy for when we take the photos. So this is practice, you see what I mean? Obviously Flux can do let's just queue up another one here. So are we going to get the same Squadra Primaris interceptors with jump packs? Doesn't look like it's matched up. That's a shame. You would think it would do, because that's not the same, you know. Oh, but then again, They were reordered in the dataset because I reordered them. Yeah, see, that's actually my fault. So if you take a look at the, if I go into box art and then go into Florence 2, I kept the original image names, and that had the effect of reordering them, you see. So basically what we're testing here is the difference between a long form caption and the short form caption that I used in the caption root structure. So where is it? That's not short form. Don't tell me I overwrote it. I think I did. Yeah, this is what it looked like. Intercossers. Hell yeah. And I think that what's going to happen is if I like, when it has the long memory, this is why I'm testing both sides, right? So you've got two things. You've got training the model with you've got training the model with short captions, and then prompting them with short captions. And then we've got both versions, right? So one model, the version 0, so that would be the top model in both cases, that was trained on short captions, okay? And then the bottom model is trained on long captions. And then what we're doing is we're prompting it with short captions at the top and long captions at the bottom. So I hope you can understand what I'm doing there. Like, so this is testing whether short caption or long caption, that's the model. And then we're prompting them short at the top, and then we're prompting long captions at the bottom. So prompting with, so it's like the difference between, I should really write notes on here so you can actually see what the hell I'm talking about. But basically it's like, yeah, do you know what? I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that. Label. So we'll do this one at like 120, and we'll say trained long. Yeah. Trained long. And then this one will be trained short. Okay. Because I did a bit of research on this in the past. So we've got trained long, trained short, right? And then we have prompt long, prompt short. So if I take that like this, and then we say prompt short. So both of these are prompt short, and then both of these are prompt long. I hope that makes sense. Saves me having to talk around in circles. Okay. So, again, so if we take the short prompt approach, that's not bad, you know. Warhammer Parodios. Sounds sick. It's still a little bit confused with the definition of things, and I think that that's because it's taken an average of everything on the page. Same here, look. We've got like Roman death masks. Follow COs. So, short prompt, but trained on short. So short and short look good. This is good, but it's a bit less fidelity, I guess you could say. And then prompt long, but trained on short, trained on long. So long prompt. I mean, that's not bad, you know. It's like I said, it's not bad. It's not accurate though. Oh my god, what the heck? That's very 40k though. Just with gun on your gun. I mean, it's not bad. Look, what the hell's going on with his hat? He's got like something on top of his head. These are like, what do you call it? Non-union Warhammer 40,000? Excuse me. So let's see, what are people saying? Behold, Warlammer, says Fusion. Brock Massin, that's a long load-in. Yeah, it was. Like, that was a very long load-in. Pirate Productions, I think Comfy has tightened up the model node code to be more explicit for better memory management. Yeah, you can say that again. You can definitely say they've been doing optimizations. I just wish they didn't, because it was working great beforehand. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't mind reinventing the wheel as long as it gets better. I'm sure they'll figure it out, okay? I've got absolute faith in them. You can achieve the desired texturing by prompting direct printing, for direct printing. Well, do you know what? Let's try it. So what we'll do is we'll go with the suffix for direct printing. And then we'll chuck that in both sides and run another one. It's a shame that they don't match up. It's almost no point in having a seed control there, because they're not going to be in sync, unfortunately. It's been a rough month for Comfy, says Fusion. Yeah, I agree. But hey, you know, it's because they're chasing all this day zero stuff, you know. I feel like they don't really need to, because people like Kijai write rappers 2 weeks before they have their day zero stuff out. So it's kind of like, so what exactly is Kijai then? Day minus 14? Is that what we're going to call him? Day minus 14? Because he's just so far ahead? I would say let the community do the day zeros, and then they should sit there and go, oh, this works really well. We'll wait until the community's figured out the best settings, and then we'll implement them for our native. Because there's no rush, you know? If people want to get stuff early, they're just going to go to people like Kijai and use his wrappers. You know, if you really want stuff first, you know what I mean? That's what everyone's been doing forever, you know what I mean? So it's kind of like, why bother? There was no real need, you know? Like, we love Comfy UI. We don't want it to get unstable because they're rushing updates, you know what I mean? There's no need, there's no one to compete with, so just be more confident, bro. Anyway, let's take a look at this. Look, he's got an angel wing because he's a blood angel. Primaris aggressors. Right, so let me just show you what that actually is based on. I can find that one. Aggressors. That's that one there. Nope. So again, this is like a thing about Lauras. Lauras are great, but they're not actually training the unit. So it's going to try and pinch what it knows to close to what it has. And the caption I used, in fact, this isn't the right caption. Let me just go into the other one here. There's only 13 images. Uh-oh, got some lag. Yeah. So it's going to be the last one, is it? Ah, it's literally going to be the last one I click on. Come on. Okay. So there's the image. Blood Angels, Primaris, Aggressors. Hey, it got the text right. 10 out of 10 for the text. But the armor is not quite... It's more like a Transformer or something out of Power Rangers. They don't even have guns like that. He has a Power Fist. So if I look at the caption, it was probably quite difficult. So, we're dual-wielding Power Fists with Flamers. Now, the problem is, what the hell is a Power Fist? What the hell is a Flamer? So it's just gone, a gun with fire coming out? You know what I mean? So it, like I said, it doesn't really have enough data to actually understand what it is. So I think that the best way forward for this data set is actually to subcrop the images. So essentially subcrop this, so literally have one like this, one like this, one like this, and train them as single models, or as much as you can, train single models, and then use similar captions for these three guys. Get rid of the text, because the text is just confusing, you know what I mean? I think that, and like I said, there's no examples of them with wings. It just sees the word angel and thinks, oh yeah, angels have wings, so you know what I mean? But the set piece, the composition is pretty good, not gonna lie. Look at the other one. Blood's aggressors. I'm not going to lie, these aren't bad, you know, like I could put this through an upscaler with a tiled enhancer and it could fix a lot of the weird, you know, there's a few wonky lines here and there and it would fix that. This is pretty good, I'm not going to lie, it's better than I thought it would be. He is actually dual wielding flamers as well, but it doesn't understand what a flamer on a power fist is. Because, you know what I mean, it doesn't have enough information to know what the hell that is. And that's often a problem with the captioning, like I say. You have to be so precise with the captioning. And if I look at this, there's a lot of stuff here which is actually unnecessary. You see what I mean? A lot of it is unnecessary. And that's why short captions can sometimes work. But again, it's going to be a different prompt, unfortunately, so we can't fully compare it. So, Warhammer 40k box art, squad of Space Marine Primaris intercessors wearing blue armour, carrying bolt rifles for direct printing. Maybe we need to have fun with those, with that last set of tokens there. But there they are. They're trying to be Space Marines. No Aquila, but we didn't ask for one, so it's kind of our fault. Oh, Varama. Yeah, I think that composition shouldn't be an issue because Flux understands the composition pretty good, you know? I think what happens is when you have an image like this or like this, these are all the same, but there is differences, okay? There are differences. So, like, for example, if Windows would let me drag this. So, if I was to train this image, right, they look similar, but they're not the same. So the leader of the squad, he has, let's call it a welding style helmet, right? And it's got a red stripe to indicate he's the big boss man, I guess, right? He also has a funny little thing on his knee pad, okay? Now the guns are the same, and every armor is the same, but even this guy's got a normal helmet, you see what I mean? And do you know what? I think, you remember we were looking at earlier, they had these funny things coming off their head? I think it might be this. It's learned this edge, but it doesn't really know what the hell it is. So the way I'd fix that would be like taking more pictures with the camera of the unit so that you've got like rotations of it, or just top angle, low angle, that kind of stuff. So it's just got a better way to explore, because right now it's kind of like one example of a thing, one example of a thing, one example of a thing, one example of a thing. It's not enough information. It needs, like I said, it needs them to be cropped individually and then captioned individually. And then we can say, this is a guy with a sniper rifle and a hood. This is a guy with a scope and he's looking out of his sight. This is a guy with no helmet and a bald head. You know what I mean? So again, it's just a question of breaking it down. And also, long captions actually mean that the first part has a lower average attention, because it has to average the attention across all these words. So sometimes if you're like, the Marines appear to be of unknown age, of no specific race, don't need that. Don't need that. A large group of 6 blue space Marines. There's 5 of them for a start. This is the problem with auto captioning, right? But the interesting thing about using Florence is, what it's given us is a hit list of things which we can then include if we believe that it is. So the image is set in a post-apocalyptic landscape with a large fire and crumbling buildings in the background. That could go at the back of every caption, right? That could go, because obviously every image that has this setting could have that at the end, and it will reinforce it. Whereas this one would be on a black background. This would be the apocalyptic, post-apocalyptic nonsense again, right? This would be on a black background. You see what I mean? So it's a question of captioning. What I want to do is get the caption for this guy. So let's see what the quickest way I think if I just do that and then take this off and then put this back. So where is it? This one. There we go. Right, and then what we'll do is we'll go fixed and fixed. I want to see if I can actually target a specific caption here. So what's that say? Sanguinary Guard. So that's the Golden Boys. All right, let's try that. So let's see if we can't get the same intercessors. Whoops. Whoops. Intercessors. Blue armor. Reavers. I'm just trying to get the same caption, but the full version here so we can actually compare them. Eliminators of sniper rifles. Sanguinary Priest. That's close. But see, they're not in any real order. Blue armor. We'll get there. There's only 13 of them. Luckily, it's a small data set. No. Primaris Reavers. So there's a whole lot of terms in here. There we go. Sanguinary Guard. Right, cool. So let's just reactivate this part. Okay. And now at least it's using the short version and the long version of the same prompt. Obviously all of these are using the same seed. That's interesting how close these two are though. Look at that. I actually think that the short prompt model is actually a bit better. Do you see what I mean? Like this one is almost looking a bit fake and washed out by comparison. It's almost like messed up actually. I might have to mess with the settings a little bit and see. What are we looking at right here? Simple. 3.5. Well, we're using Schnell right now, so you'd think we should be using 1, actually. So it might be that we can turn that guidance down. So that's one area we could probably change. Also, the boost is quite high right now. 1.5 is pretty high. I'd probably put that down to 1. And then also, we're using 12 steps. Now, that's not a bad thing, but it might be an idea to try out 8 steps. So there's a couple of things here to try out. And this looks far more realistic with the color range, nice shadowing. This is a bit SD 2.1 on the fingers. Oh, it's really trying to get those sanguinary guys. Let's see if I can find the actual picture that it was trained on. Where is it? There. So this is the picture it was actually trained on. So as you can see, again, it's confusing for the AI model because it doesn't know, like that's a sword, that's a sword, that's a pistol in his hand, or it's probably a melter pistol, I don't know. And then this is mounted on his wrist, so you can barely see what that is. And then this guy's got a bloody spear with a flag on it. So it's like, well, they've all got death masks. They're all in gold armor, but they're all in different poses. So it's like I said, it's quite tough for the model to be like, oh, these are all the same when they're clearly not all the same. You see what I mean? They're all different, actually. And then because it's like all at once, what's going to happen is it's going to go, what do we call it? We called it wearing gold armor, carrying weapons. And look at this craziness. Image composition left, accessory, sword and shield, there's no shields. Wielding a spear, holding a shield, no shields. Action, holding a sword, facing direction, facing viewer. Eye direction is looking at viewer. Facial expression, neutral, you know what I mean? It's a bit much. Like the auto captioning is cool, but it actually can teach the wrong thing. And that's part of the whole point of what I'm doing with this little project, you know, is to show that often the way that you improve it is by actually, look, we've got shields now, boys. In the grimdark future of Warhammer 44,000, they have shields now. So yeah. And let's have a look at the short to see the short model actually did a better job. So this was trained on a short captions. And then this one is a long caption for inference, but a short caption model. It's kind of hard. I mean, this one I think still looks best in many ways, but it doesn't understand. Look, it's just tried to give it like, I guess it's a face on a helmet. It's trying to do stormtroopers, isn't it? Space Guru. Okay. Alrighty. So that's where we're at with that. So, whoa, 340,000. God damn. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try those few things. And I don't normally mess with stuff like this because I know that the settings were already good. But like I said, I'm always willing to have a little sort of mess around, right? So let's try 8 steps as well, just in case we're overcooking it. And we're going to go to 1 shift. So we've changed a whole bunch of stuff there. Okay. Excuse me. Okay, let's redo it. It'll be a new seed. So in fact, I probably should have done a fixed seed, but it's probably too late now. Yeah, we had it on random. It's okay. It's not the end of the world. Okay. So while we wait for those to cook, let's read some comments. Are you using the new and improved long clip for the long captioning prompting? No, I'm just using the normal T5, Lucas. I don't think I have the improved long clip yet. So if you could drop a link in the Discord, that'd be great, because then I can get a download on that. Fusion says, Keychain Soldier, and it's been a rough month for Comfy. Lucas says, it could be beneficial to train single and whole so the competition won't take a hit. Yes, exactly. Like, I'm trying to kind of walk people down a path, because I kind of already know what works and what doesn't work, but I wanted to show this as a way to sort of really underline it, you know what I mean? I like to do these little segments on the live show because it would take 10 episodes of YouTube content to be able to put this together in a meaningful way. And it might happen, but this helped me to get my thoughts in order so that, you know, when that video comes around, I've actually already shown it off multiple times. But I've done this with like real life stuff and like photo shoot pictures I've taken. So I already kind of know, you know, these sorts of, this is like, there's some do's and don'ts which we're covering here, you know. But you're 100% correct. Colors make it look more like CGI. Fusion, soldier in a city, holding a shield, plenty of shields, extra shields, lots of shields. A scene composed entirely out of shields, a shield documentary. Yes, that is often what your auto captions will look like. Full Dive Media, hi, watching from the start, great as always. Well, I'm good to see you, Full Dive, and I don't know how long it'll take for you to hear this comment, but welcome, my friend, welcome. Okay, so we've got our next batch. So we're doing this with 1 CFG. So we're going to let the Schnell do its Schnell, and we're also reducing the shift. And we're also, what else did we do? A whole bunch of stuff. Oh my goodness me, he's got a gun sword. That's pretty cool. Gun sword things. These look better now. These look much better now. Even though it's kind of like not right at all, it is kind of still better. Yeah, it is much better. Much better. Okay. Alright, so let's just put this back on random. And let her rip. Oh, we're also going to get rid of the direct printing thing because we were just messing about. Although, I will say, photo of at the start, because I believe that still works. I believe that still works as a way to make it a little bit sharper and whatnot. Now, what else can we do? Ah, yes, we can try using my not the true world trick. So if we go load LoRa, and then we're just going to sort of inject a LoRa in here, okay? So hopefully this doesn't confuse the model. But what we're going to do is we're going to go model and clip, and then we're going to bypass, basically, just inject a little LoRa here. And then we're going to find NTTW55. Should be that one. Put that there. And we can use strength 1. We're just not going to trigger it. So this is like a passive detailer. Okay. Alright. Now, it'd be, do you know what would be good, actually? If I just do that, and then if I just quickly go back to fixed, queue up another one, because it will change, you see. Ah, should have done that as well. Fixed. There we go. There. Right. So in a couple of generations, what I'll do is I'll activate the detailer and we can actually see the before and after. In fact, if I just get this out of the way and then do, what do you call it, a load image node, maybe? Yeah, that should do it. It'll make sense when we get there. Okay. Yeah, the model trying to put facial expression on metal faceplate for aesthetic reasons. Yeah, I think it probably needs to say wearing a helmet. You know what I mean? I think that's what it is, Lucas. Basically, I forgot to say wearing armor, big metal shoulder pads, wearing a helmet. You know what I mean? Okay, so here we are. Look, see this? This looks more like Age of Sigmar. It's funny. They look pretty cool with their shields though, right? I love how they're all golden boys. It's like the Thunder Warriors legend. It's getting the logo right though. Do you know what? It seems to me like most of the attention went to learning the bloody logo. And it was just like, oh, and also there's some dudes. Like, look at this. You can see the bases. Yeah, they look like Thunder Warriors from, like, Dark Age of Technology. So this is kind of funny to me. Oh. Oh, hell yeah. Nice sword. Nice sword. How's Handbrake doing? 13 jobs left. That's not bad. Can't believe it's still doing that even though we're doing this. We're kind of like doing all kinds of stuff that you can't see. Ooh, that one's even better. It still looks a bit crap though, you know what I'm saying? Like there's still something not quite right with this generation. I don't know, I can't quite put my finger on what it is. So short captions seems, I don't know, it's kind of hard to tell. Long captions, it's much more like the box art, right? So like, it's way more accurate to the original box art or the style of the box art. What just happened? It's all over, Mike. It's all over. Something just died. Is that my internet? And it's back. How weird. Okay, so anyway, I don't know what happened there. The radio just suddenly went... But it's okay. Let's see. C-Art long clip shared in GitHub sharing. Ah, that's interesting. I know C-Art. We've done a little feature on them in the past, you know. Have I still got my profile up on there? C-Art. Here we go, look. C-Arts. I spoke to the guys up there. They're actually pretty friendly. They set me a challenge and I delivered this. They wanted a family crest thing. Oi, go away. Go away. They sent me, they wanted me to make them a family crest thing. And so I did. But I don't know. I don't know. I haven't got time to, like, promote stuff like this. All I know is that I trained a Laura for it, which is on their platform. And then I made a workflow for it, which is on their platform. And then I turned it into, like, a tool, I think is what they call it. Yeah. But like I said, I haven't had any time to promote this or make any videos on it or anything like that. So it is what it is, like I say. So I put it up there and it makes family crests. They asked me if I could make it and I said, I like a challenge, so I just did it. Okay. There was an offer of payment, but I declined because I was just like, to be honest, mate, the amount of time it's going to take, the money that you're offering, it's not really enough. No offense. They're great guys, like I say. So anyway, I just did it for free. Right. And you think, well, what? But no, it makes sense. Okay. So let's have a look at this one. Warhammer. Warhammer. It's the Dutch version. Warhammer 40,000. That one's pretty good. Apart from the fact that they never have swords on their backs. You see what I mean? Like, this is just base model stuff. Where it's like, oh, he's a soldier. He must have swords on his back, right? Nope. But nice try. Oh. Apart from their strange squatting stance, this is actually a really good one. This was a really good one, not going to lie. 401, again, looking like Thunder Warriors. That's kind of funny how they look like Thunder Warriors when they're not right. Okay, so now we should be at a point where I can just activate this and I should get the same images, but with my detailer. So that's an architectural detailer, so it's got a tendency for sharpness. And it might just increase the architectural details in the background. I don't know. We'll see. How are we doing on the video stuff? 6 jobs remain. Okay. Got to keep an eye on that. So let's see. Did I miss anybody else's comments? I'm just going to scroll up and see if I missed anyone. Nope, it's all good. We're up to date. If I missed you, I do apologize. I couldn't find it. Oh, okay. That made a huge difference. That made a huge difference. How did it make so much difference? That's really interesting. Okay, so let's have a look at this one. I kind of like it. I know it looks kind of messed up, but I know how to fix that. Ooh. I like that. I reckon I could fix that too. Hell yeah! Looks way better. Doesn't look, it looks like, well, it's got problems, okay, but that's actually a problem that can be easily solved. So let's see what it does with these guys. Come on, detailer, come on. We're all waiting on, we're all on the edge of our seats here. Why is it still doing 12 steps? It's not. Hell yeah, that looks cool. All right, I like this. This is nice. This is nice. It's looking really good. That's my architectural detailer coming true with the strength of millions. But I reckon we can do better. So what I want to introduce you to is the Holy Bullet. So let me just see if I can't just get this sorted out real quick. I'm just going to stick it in here like from scratch. So we're going to go with Laura Stack. We're going to use Crunchyroll. And I'm going to pick NTTW V55. And then we're going to pick Abstract, no, wait, we're not, yeah, yeah, Abstract Chaos, and what's the last one in the combo? I think it's going to be Genesis. I think it's going to be Genesis, guys. So we go on, and then we're going to be use 0.3. We're going to use 0.3, and we're going to use 0.3. And then we're going to swap this one out for apply. CR Laura apply. So let's just transplant this. Like that. Move that over to one side for a minute. Chuck that there. Put this on top. On. Go. Now we'll get the same thing, but different. This looks nice. I actually like this a lot. This aesthetic is very cool. And we can go further than that too. So what I'm going to do first is the passive detailers. Okay. And obviously I might want to give it a bit more strength on the Not the True World detailer. But the idea is that we'll actually take another one of these. Okay. And then I'm going to say none. And I'm going to say none. And then I'm going to say, was it Cyber Ninja? No, Cyber Society. Yes, Cyber Society. And it's going to be Cyber Society V6, E9 or 8. I forget which one. I think it's this one that I released. 66 V8. And I'll probably want to put this to like 0.7. So it's a little bit stronger. And obviously we're going to turn that off. We're going to turn that off. We might have to bring up this to 0.6. I'm just using rule of thirds, by the way, in case you were wondering. Okay. Yeah. We need to add a bit more strength on the Not the True World, I think. Yeah, we need to add more strength to the Not the True World. It's getting the rounded edges is much better from the Abstract Chaos. And then the noise in the finished image is getting better as well, like the details. That's the fractal model, which is Genesis. So I think what I need to do is bring this up to 0.6. And then maybe, well, I'll leave those two for now. We'll also put this off for a minute. Because I don't want that to come into play yet. So we're going to go again. And we're doing all of this tonight with Shuttle 3.1 aesthetic. Okay. And we're using the FP8 clip. Okay, that is looking a little bit nicer, actually, yes. It's obviously very creative and making a few weird... 4,000. It's making a few weird mistakes here and there, but that's okay. Again, 40,000 is back. Interesting. Okay, now what do we got next? They look like Thunder Warriors, big time. It's funny. Get me his non-union equivalent. There's no Space Marines available, sir. Okay. That's interesting. So now what we'll do... I still think that could probably be a bit stronger, actually. So we'll go to 0.7 on there. And then maybe we'll go to 0.9 on this one. So this one is quite a big deal. So I'll put them both. I don't normally do two things at once like that. I'd normally do another gen just to check it. But I'm going for a specific aesthetic here, and it'll make sense. It'll make sense, he said. Let's just see if we can't grab my upscaler real quick. This is why I wanted to do my upscaling pack, by the way. Because I got annoyed with the whole waiting forever. Right. Boosted. Boosted. You got to get boosted, guys. Did you get your boosts? I got my boosts. Oh, hell yeah. Now it's looking like my stuff. And this is kind of why I'm doing this. To show you that now they're mine. See, these are my guys from my Cyber Society model. I've just basically taken over. Okay? I just took over, right? And I'm now using the box art to sort of puppet what's going on here, right? Can I... No, I can't right-click today. Alright. I don't know what's going on. It's not doing anything right now. Can't right-click this. Since when can you not right-click that? Okay, maybe you can't. It's kind of annoying. I mean, it is an image which I've saved, so I don't know why. Oh well, whatever. It nixes that idea. I was just going to basically load the image next to it, so you've got like a little comparison side by side, but it's not really necessary. I do think, though, that maybe we could try bringing up these two a little bit. So I'm going to go with 0.4. 0.4. Might be too much for Genesis. Like I said, I know these models pretty well. So I'm not sure exactly whether that's going to have a beneficial impact. It should be. That is looking a little bit like a Super Sentai right now. I think that was actually a beneficial improvement. Let's see how he does with this one. And remember, I'm not actually prompting anything for my models here. I'm just using them as like a wrapper, you could say. Yeah, that was better. That was better. Let's see this one. Okay. Yeah, that is an improvement. I like it. I like it a lot. It's looking good. It's looking very good. Okay, cool. So now the thing is to go to randomize. We don't need to worry about the seed anymore, so we can take that off, take the brakes off there. And so I've got my stylization to transform it into my style stuff. So let's give it a go. And then while it's doing that, I should have downloaded the boosted upscaler, so it'll make a new tab for me. I'm going to customize this somewhat. So I'm going to put that there. I'm going to get rid of that. Get rid of this. We don't need that stage. That's for cloud compute only. Also, we're not going to need any of this stuff. We'll get rid of all that. And then we can even get rid of the model loaders. And we can get rid of that. What's that? Aspect size. Don't need that. It's already been done for us. So now what I have is I have a drop-in module. I can get rid of that as well. So now I have a drop-in module, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to copy this, Control C, and then I'm going to come back over to my comfy. Whoops. It's this one, isn't it? There you go. And then what we're going to do is we're going to do a Control Shift V down here. Bring this up. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to say make image batch. Image batch, make image batch, like that. And I'm going to take each of these images. So it seems to be going from the bottom. So I'll take the bottom. And then I'll take the next one. Okay. And then I'll take the next one. And then the last one. So now we've got a batch. Now, hopefully, it won't lose its mind. It sometimes loses its mind. But I'm not trying to make what's it called? I'm not trying to make an animation here, okay? I'm just trying to make a bunch of images, okay? I don't want to pick one. I want them all. So now we've got that done. All I need to do is pass this guy from this guy. So I'll probably just do it manually real quick. Oh, hang on a minute. Not like that. Oh, wait, no, yeah. I don't want to be loading all the LoRa's and stuff for the upscaler. So the upscaler has to be clean. It doesn't really... I don't think it really works if you... well, like I said, it's subjective. There we go. So now we've got ourselves sorted. We will queue it one more time, and now we're going to get all new images, and we're going to push them through the upscaler this time. Now my upscaler is doing tiled upscale with 2x, and it's using 768 tile size, 64 overlap. We've got 12 steps, SGM uniform, Euler. We're using 0.1 for the denoise, and we're using 1.0 on the model sampling flux. Okay, and it's essentially just taking the size of the image and it's pushing it through and doing fill crop on nearest. It should just be the same size. That is not necessary. And then finally, we're missing the lot. We're missing those. Okay, I think I can get those. I explained how to do this as well another time, in another life. Let me see. There's no real quick way to do it. I've just got to go and get them. So if I go into the Comfy Essentials custom node in my previous installation, I'll be able to find them. So where is Essentials? Oh my god, I'm never gonna find it by eye. There we go, Essentials, right? And then I want to copy the LUTs folder. In fact, let's just cut them. And then I'm going to want to take them back. We covered this in a previous video. Basically, it's cube LUTs. Okay, and then I go into custom nodes, and I go into, again, I want to go into Essentials. And go in here, and then paste them all. Skip that file. Alright, cool, that's done. Alrighty, now I don't really need to be looking at search results anymore. There we go. Windows has got some weird behaviors in their file explorer, man, I swear. Okay, and then we'll push R. And it should then know on the next roll, it will understand what the hell that is. Which should be good enough. Should be good enough. Right. Oh, look at this. I mean, obviously we got Warhammer 4000, right? Which isn't great. That's not something that we really want. But there was something which we showed in a recent workflow that I released. I think it was image to video. So let's see what's going on here. Hey, we've already done that now. They should all be ready to go now. Probably using up all the memory on my hard drive that I just cleaned out. So Con Delta, huh? It works for me now, says Pirate GFX. I do actually have a Con Delta workflow I've been working on, but I like to make sure things work, because like I said, the last time I tried it out, it was kind of a little bit hit and miss, and that's not what I look for when I want to be like, oh, this is like LoRa without training, you know what I mean? It's like, it was more like textual embeddings, to be honest, without making them. But then you kind of do make them. I know you notice it makes safe tensor. See, it's possible to make a textual embedding file, which is just a bunch of words in a safe tensor, okay? And essentially, it's the vectors for the for the tokens, right? Or well, it's anyway. I'm simplifying things to a dangerous degree. not for any real reason, just to make it easy to talk about. Now, where was I? I was doing something. Oh yeah, got to go to downloads. So there will be this one, image to video lines. This should make a new tab. It's quite convenient how they do that. See, what I want to do is I want to steal this bit, okay, because this is actually pretty smart. It's something which I always wanted to make custom nodes for, but didn't, because I knew they were kind of already out there. So what we're going to do is go back to where we were at. Not that one, we're done with that one now. Say no. Go back to this one. Oh ho ho ho! Yeah, it's tried its best to fix it up, look. Actually, it's not looking bad. See, once we get the D-log running, this is going to look sick. Okay, cool. Very cool. It's got that Mid-Journey version 2 nastiness that I was trying to train in, you see. Where it's just kind of like, I don't know, it's got stuff on. Right. So what I want to do now is I want to just make sure, yeah, that's it can see the logs now. Cool. Right, so there was some cleanup. So if I just move this over and paste. Okay, so let's work on it here. So there's a couple things. Warhammer 40k box art. Well, okay, so photo of I just had an idea, right? Change Warhammer 40k to high quality. Just gonna cheese the tokens a little bit here, okay? What else do we want to change? Space Marine Primaris, Space Marine. I suppose that's okay. Wearing blue armor and carrying weapons. I mean, yeah. And then the scene appears to be captured in real life footage. Why not? Photo, painting, illustration, video. Okay, we don't need to do that. What about this one? Warhammer 40,000. See, I don't want it to have all that text. Do you know what I mean? I don't want all that text in there, basically. I think that it will just do the bottom one. Oh, it's lagging out. Don't lag out on me. Okay, and we'll go reroute. And oh crap. It's giving me grief. There. Oh. What? It doesn't like it. It didn't like it. Yeah. It doesn't like it. Okay, let's try and do it like this. No, look at it misbehaving, everyone. What the hell is going on? It's tripping out on me. Okay. Alright, so what I've effectively done is I just want to test swapping things here. So Warhammer 40k, and then we want to also change Warhammer 40,000 and change that to Paradistro, which will make sense, I'm sure, for people who've been watching a while. 40,000, so it wants to be the same. Warhammer 40,000, so I'm going to put the quotes there as well. And then just 40,000. I wonder what it'll do. With the model number 0. I'm just messing around, okay? What else have we got in here? Unknown age. Let's say unknown and say mysterious. I don't know. right? I'm just testing the string manipulation right here. Okay. Okay. Off it goes. But that is actually pretty sweet. Now, I wonder if I can actually improve this further, because at the moment it looks good. It's got a nice mess. There's a nice mess it has going on. But I feel like I could do more. I feel like I could do more here. So let's just mess with the LoRa stack a little bit. So I'm going to go for full 0.6. But I'm going to leave Genesis at 0.4. And then I'm going to go up to 0.8 on this one. And then we're going to go to 1.0 on the Cyber Society. So now this is going to actually fight. It'll fight with the Warhammer. Warhammer. Oh, look. Paradistro. Heavy Incoalescer. Paradistro. Heavy Introcessals. I'm going to put this on both of them because it's funny. Okay. Ah, crap. That means I got to do this nonsense again. Reroute, please. Oh, at least it's not misbehaving like the last one was. My goodness. What the? Like my mouse got stuck in midair then. Like that. And then we'll put that to there. And then we'll take this and put it to there. Okay. Alrighty. Oh yeah, and then of course I need to feed it like that. Whoa, it's doing weird stuff. So where's that going? That's going... What? Oh, right, okay, so there's also a LoRa-less generation, which I haven't been running. So you can see what the model would have made if there were no LoRa's being loaded. But technically, it will have the influence of this. So it's not really going to work like... it's not really going to be LoRa-less, strictly speaking. So I wonder if I can't fix that. Yeah, I can. I can go use the clip here, so it's not loading the clip. And then I could take this model here and put that there. And then take this one as well and put that there. And then now that's clean. It's clean. So now that's not... You know what I mean? You can see I've taken it from before the stack gets applied. So that should be clean now. Okay. Take a look. Oh yeah, boy. Paradistro style. See, these are my guys. You get me? Okay. And again, they're being upscaled. Oh, it's probably still working on the upscale, isn't it? Yeah. So this is going to be a second. Right, I am going to take a second to step out of the room real quick. I will be right back. And I'm back. So let's take a look at the comments. What do we got? ConDelta, add the apply ConDelta node between Flux Guidance and Basic Guider. Make sure models are in models ConDelta folder. Yeah, I did actually make a bunch of ConDeltas to test it. And it did look like fun at first. But then I realized you can only really do like 3 or 4 words. Which is fine, you know what I mean? But I'll get there. Oh, look. Full Dive Media, I heard your response. 30 minutes to catch up with you. Well, fair play. You don't want to miss the beginning. I get it. You know what I mean? That's one way to watch the live stream is to just rewind it. And you didn't miss nothing. All right. So, yeah, thanks for joining. Thank you for, there's everybody here, really, that's still here. You know what I mean? Like, hanging out. It's cool. Sunday night. What are you going to do? Lucas says, starting to look like a trippy Forever Winter mission. Yeah, it does kind of. Paradistro is my own story, and obviously I'm messing around right now by letting the 40k box art wear my content like a skin suit. That's pretty much what I'm trying to do. Right. So the idea is I'm now purposefully using what I've done to make scenes from my own stuff. And then obviously the best ones actually get kept and used. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm going for here, anyway. It'd probably be quicker if I wasn't running like all 4 ways of doing it at once, but I get all of the assets, so I don't really think it's a problem. Certainly if you want to see what the cubelet is doing, it's just bringing out the details a little bit more and like enriching the colors. Again, I never really bothered about stuff like this because I can just Photoshop that out with AI. So it doesn't really matter if there's like weird stuff going on. You can clean that up later. A bit like this here, look. He's got an arm and he's holding the gun. Oh well, it'll be fine. And this is kind of why I'm running multiple runs, you know what I mean? Okay, so what do we got here? Yeah, this is the pre-colored version. If anything, it's probably a little bit intense, but that's okay. It's fine. So how are we doing on this side? Right, it's a bunch of different guys. Same guys. No, different guys. Okay. How are we doing on the video side of things? It's done. Okay. So while it's busy doing this, I'm now going to cook my entire computer. That's the idea. Cooking computers live. Oh man, I still need to upload all of these. These were the good ones. Do you know what? I decided. They're all going up. Where's the web browser gone? Give me my web browser back. Right in the middle of my backswing. There it is. Probably, do I have to log in again? Yeah, it's been a while, right? Okay, so this is December folder, right? What I want to do is I want to actually make a new folder. Yeah, let's go back to the folders. Go back. Albums, manage. 2024 folder. No. Open it up. Open it. Christ. Add album. There we go. Sub album. And we're going to call this one Cyber Society V66. Yeah. Okay, and then add photos, right? And then, no, not that one. That one. You just chuck them all in. Is it going to let me do that? It looks like, yeah, I think it did. 1.1 gigabytes. God damn. That'll be a worthy update for the gallery. I mean, it's just one of my many projects, right? But it's probably one of the biggest ones that matured, because it took so many models to so many training. I had to train like 6 models to get this look, and I did it all in ahead of time, so it was all planned. I knew what I was trying to get for, and here it is. It's like exactly what I wanted. I know it looks totally crazy, but I'm into like surreal abstract stuff anyway. It's got all the things I wanted in there. A couple of things I didn't want in there, but like I said just now, it's easy to remove stuff you don't want. We got some mad concepts in this album. Mad concepts. And it's all part of this story I've been writing for years. So it's not like, you know, just a spit in the wind. This is all like, maybe the AK-47s aren't what I was looking for, but you know what I mean? Like, you know, that's just the base training. Like, this is a cool little scene. Here's a cool scene. These are all cool scenes that make sense in the context of the story that I want to illustrate. So I figure it's a unique style I've developed and it fits with the narrative. Well, maybe not so many planets everywhere, but like I said, I can remove them. It's easy to remove stuff. Oh my god, she's got a brain for a hat. That's not what it's not supposed to be a brain. I don't know why it's a brain. But the floating ships and the floating cities and the planets being eaten in the background, all that kind of stuff, that's all completely knackered. But that's what I wanted. Look at that. Cyber society, baby. There she is again. There's a lot of anime stuff that comes out of the model, you know. It's like, it's almost like fracking, you know. You like inject a bunch of style underground and wait to see what pops out, and it's kind of like anime comes out. Quite a lot, actually. But every now and then you get some cool, you get some magic every now and then just bleeding through the gaps in the pavement, you know. Like, here you go, look, why suddenly the anime face? But again, you can change stuff like that. It's easy. Love it. Absolutely love it. What is it, though? Wow. All will be revealed. Okay. That's enough of that anyway. So we're uploading all of that. So on to the next one. Next goal. What I'm going to try and do is every stream, I'm going to try and upload some stuff to the gallery so I have at least done something. It's hard to find the time, you know. So what's this then? That is Helldivers. That is not Helldivers. So it's going to be from here. We're going to do a Control X, and then we're going to make that up and say dark. Open it up. Shift them all across, please. It didn't do anything. I love it when Windows does nothing. Where's the files gone? Oh, they are there. Okay, thanks Windows. I appreciate knowing where I stand and all the rest of it. Okay, so now we can open up Premiere. World Premiere. And get back into that dark folder. Open me up, go into LTX VVV. Now, this might be really long, which is why I was thinking I might have to do some editing myself, but I'm going to try not to, because the whole point of the tool is so you don't need to edit. I mean, probably like stacking all the clips into one sequence is probably too much work already, you know? Don't care if they're randomized, actually. Oh boy. What is that? Is that 30 gigabytes of video? Something like that. 3 arms to trick the opponents, says Fusion. Yeah, true. Pirate says, I'm not tried making any models yet. You definitely should. It's a lot of fun. Clip mismatch. What are you talking about, Willis? Yeah, change it. Yeah, it's fine. Okay, so what do we got here then? It's still figuring shit out. Okay, what's going on here? We got like a weird clip. What the heck? Lol. Wait a minute. So they're all the same? Oh, right. I get it. So basically they popped in. Yeah, they popped in. Well, that probably won't even get shown because there's virtually no camera movement. So what are we looking at? We're looking at 45 minutes. Oh my God! That's annoying. That's really annoying. That's never going to work, man. There's too much. It's going to take forever. I wonder what's the best way to approach that. 45 minutes. God damn, it's too long. But then I guess it would be a test to see what happens. I think it's probably going to break. It's probably going to break. It was recorded over what? Ah, I've got an idea. Delete that, right? So I'll do a little trick, yeah? So what we're going to do is we're going to sort it by size and then take the top. So this is sort it by size and then take the top 40. So I'm already eliminating, look, see, here's all the like stuff where not much really happened. Now I admit, I probably cut out a whole bunch of cool stuff, but what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to cut the chaff. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the top 40 and see how long that is. Okay, top 40 with size, that's going to be 20 minutes. So we've cut it down by more than 50%. Well, it makes sense, doesn't it? Top 40, there was probably like 100 clips there. But then what I'm going to do is I'm going to shuffle it with a size penalty of top 40 again. 40% that is. So let's just push this one and I'll call it Dark-tude. Okay, that's going to take some time to do. So while I'm doing that, let's just finish this. Do I have to do anything else? It says uploaded. I guess that's it. Manage this set. No. So let's just have a look. 2024. December folder. Cyber Society. Boom. Nice. That's what I like to see. Some progress. All right. So now probably add some more albums while we're waiting for this to cook here. 2 minutes. Okay. So back into my... No. Don't tell me I've lost the folder already because I was messing around. Yep. Was it this one? Nope. Was it this one? My God, what is going on? Why is it still... Oh, it's in search mode. Oh, I hate search mode. Oh, I hate search mode so much. Okay. So that means I have to just do it myself. It's always quicker to just do it again from scratch. Isn't that funny? It's something I've been noticing lately. Like, you can dig around for hours trying to find something, or you can just go there again. Just do it again. And custom nodes, no. Output, yes. We want to go into folder. Okay. And we just looked at the Cyber Society upscales. There, that was V6 upscales. So, Holo FS, NTTW Lite, Showcase 4K. I mean, what's in here? Probably a lot of the same images, actually. Yeah, there's a lot of the same images from the last gallery, but just upscaled and lutted. It's not all the same, but, you know, like that one there is definitely like, that's just a upscaled and color corrected version. Same with that one. They're looking pretty good though. Some crazy armors and crazy colorings. See, this is more faithful to the original dataset, which I did a collection of like 2 years ago. And what I was trying to do was I was trying to revamp that artwork and do it again, like a remix type deal. And some of these have come out really nice. I mean, they're all nice in their own way, but you know what it is like when you're trying to put together a collection. You're like trying to get the best examples of something, you know. And again, some of these are just like, they're just upscaled versions of stuff you've already seen, but there's a few here which are not. They're like a little bit different. Look, with the bloody swords. Oh, he's got armor, so he must have 2 swords behind his back, right? Very cool. Tiny arms. Or is it just the armor? Don't know. There's some of that Black Sun goodness. More Black Sun. See, very anime sometimes. Bit of anime just washes through. But this is what we're going for. Even though it's got like a woman's head for some reason. Not quite sure what happened there. But yeah, Black Sun is a pretty cool model. I've got this running in a stack with a whole bunch of other models. So the upscaler cooking the skin big time. There you go. And the robots just look like people with like a big camera for a face. That was my idea. For Thale. Yeah, more same stuff. See, that looks a lot like the original Cyber Society. It's got a very specific look to it. And so I was trying to like update that for Flux. And it kind of worked. But it also had some crazy side effects which I wanted to exploit. Which were kind of nice in the end. I mean, this is more like the classic. And this, I love the background stuff that's going on. I think it looks really cool. But had this fascination with giving everyone like machine guns. I don't know where that came from because there weren't any in my data set. I think it's just model memory coming through. Some cool ideas here. A bit of a short bike though, right? I was like, oh, it's so close. Could have been good. Very Space Marine without being Space Marine. Oh, that's what I thought anyway. It's funny. Things always go for the big shoulder pads. Yeah, more cooked skin. Right, so out of all of these, obviously these ones should go up. These are pretty much like, that's my Not the True World stuff. So I was training in how to make all these little people doing all these things and not just be like a splodge, you know? Because you see a lot of AI models that make intricate details and then the people are like not very detailed at all. And so I wanted to see if it was possible to give, you know, make it so that the little people are all doing things. They're all like going about their business, and I think it brings the scene to life a little bit. You kind of get away with some errors as well, you know. And then I just went for it with like crazy structural details. But look at this plane. These planes look terrible. Everything else looks fine though. And I wanted to do this as well, this void style. I never really had a chance to exploit this. I think this is a really cool style as well. There's a whole bunch of different things in these models. Like I said, you can draw them out by prompting captions from the model. But yeah, it's all just trying to see how good Flux really was. And spoilers, it was good. Right. So how are we doing on the video? It's done. So I can close that and get some memory back. How are we doing on the renders? Okay. So these look good. Like I said, it's giving me some really interesting scenes now. Even though there's some weird stuff going on this side. This one looks really good. It's kind of hard to really say which one is best. I think the approach I'm going for, where I'm kind of split betting, rather than saying, oh, I'm just going to do one thing, I'm going to do all four things. That's interesting now. So the bottom row, okay. That's labeling is wrong. The labeling on the grid is wrong. The labeling on the grid is wrong. So that should say that, and this should say this. Looks like I changed it and then didn't save it last time. Because I remember changing it, but obviously I didn't save it. And then full E9 is that there. So that's now fixed. Because, let's see, I should probably say short prompt. And then this one is obviously long prompt. There. Okay. You got me. Now, where am I saving these? It's going into nowhere. That's not good. Okay, we need to fix that. And then what about this one? This one's going into LoRa testing. Ooh, so it's kind of going all over the place. That's not good. What's this one? Where's this one going? LoRa testing. I mean, I suppose I could use LoRa testing with that project name. Yeah, this is probably what I'm going to have to do. So we'll put two more. Ah, crap. There we go. Control-Shift-V for keeping the connections, which is obviously a lot nicer. So this one is going to be upscale, and then this one is going to be cups for corrected upscale. There, put that one there. Okay, fixed. Because at the moment we were just throwing the upscales into the ether. They weren't actually going into a subdirectory, so they're probably just in the root, which isn't the best place for giant images to get thrown. What was this? Oh yeah, that was making a grid of grids. We don't need to do that. Okay. So I will switch up the aspect ratio real quick. I'm going to go to 4:5. So it's going to go from wide aspect to something a little bit taller. I think that's going to be a good place to get some slightly different compositions. Because at the moment, it's going to be mimicking the box art from the 40K stuff. And I hope you can see what's happening when we do the upscale. It's still got this quite unique style to it. So it's almost like, I wouldn't say a drawn style, but it looks a lot less fake. And my intention is always to add a bit of film grain and do some other tricks to finish off the image. But the color corrected stuff is probably where I'd start. I'd probably start here. Yes. I still don't like this. That's a gun and this is like a building. So it might be that I actually have to turn my detailer down just a little bit. So maybe we'll go 0.6 and then we'll go back to 0.4 and then 0.3. Just mix it up a little bit. There's also other stuff I can add. I mean, I've got way more of these detailers, but I don't want to like shove everything through the door at once. And yeah, this is what can happen. That came out okay. He's got a bit of a mutation. Now he's got a squad-ish. So I think definitely because of the fact that the training data for the model... Do I still have them here? No. So the training data for the model was much more... It was better at doing wide aspect. So maybe if we do 4:3. So go back to horizontal format. Oh my god, look, that's what you would have gotten. I keep forgetting about this. So this is no LoRa. This is what Flux would have made with just my prompt. He's got like a stomach gun. And he's changing the clip by the looks of it. That's pretty tough though. But you can see that this is what it wanted to make. You see what I mean? That's what it wanted to make from the prompt. Which prompt is it actually using? It's using the top prompt. So the basic prompt. Full Dive Media has caught up. How did you do that? Time travel? What were you doing? Watching it at ×2? I didn't know you could watch a stream at ×2. Right, so obviously it's going to take a bit of time to do the upscales. I might just cancel those because they're pretty bad. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. We'll get there. Gives me time to do something else. So, if I go to here and open up a new tab, I can go into JCam and we should have, it's probably under 22. Go to, no, not type. Go to date and then go to the top. And then we got Dark Tude. Okay. Now, Dark Tude is 601 megabytes and it's 20 minutes long. So this might take up a bit of memory. But now I got to go to my tools section, which I think is in here. No. Is in here? No. Is in here? Yeah. My tools, Shuffle Video Studio, and we're going to run the web UI. Hopefully it doesn't break this time. It broke earlier. Yeah, look, it's broken again. See, what is going on with that? That's really bizarre. I literally fixed this last night and I haven't been in here since. So why would it suddenly break? It's so bizarre to me. It's so bizarre to me. Like, you shouldn't have to do, you shouldn't have to reinstall the VNV and do the update. You shouldn't have to do that every time. It's bloody weird, that is. But whatever, man. I know how to fix it, and it's the quickest way to do it. So I'll just delete the VNV, delete the PyCache, reinstall it. But like I said, it's very strange. Very strange indeed. Fuck me, man, it's taking forever. You can delete that as well while you're at it. Oh, that just went straight away. One of these days, I'll get a computer again, which is like super fast. You'll see. So you can, but the downside is if you watch at 2 speed, it only counts as 50% of the watch time, says Mr. Fusion. Well, I didn't know that. So I guess what you really want to do is watch my videos in slow motion, and then I get twice the watch time, right? It says, Full Dive says, I watch 90% of YouTube on 2x. Well, I can't blame you, mate. I'm always trying to save time. You don't get the time back, that's what I say. Now we're talking. We're back in business with the Paradistro boys. Paradistro squaddies. Looking very, Sort of Warhammer meets Death Stranding. Okay. Oh yeah, that's looking tough. See, this is a good one. This is a good one. It looks good. Okay. How are we going to do on this side of things? It definitely prefers wide because I only gave it wide examples. Very good, very good. And what's this one going to look like? It's really interesting. Oh, hell yeah. Oh, hell yeah. Okay, cool, cool, cool. See, the only thing I could do, right, is start to mix in more stuff here, right? But I just don't want it to get too out of hand. What am I talking about? Yeah, I do. Text concat. Give me the concat, baby. So we're going to go like this, and we're going to go like this. Put that there. Bring it back. Bring this down. Bring that in. And then, in fact, we probably want string weights now. Because it's going to be like, how do I control this? Oi! Go away. Why does it do that? It's so weird. So 0.9. No, wait, we want 1. Actually, no, it is 0.9. And then for this one, we want probably 0.6. So then this is going to go in there. This is going to go in there. This is going to go in here. This is going to go in here. And then we're going to say, I want the paradistro prompts. So paradistro image pristine. We'll go with pristine down here. And if I just go copy, but then take that off. Move that to there. Bring this guy over here. Put him in there. Put that one in there. And then this one is going to be not pristine, but void chamber. It's looking good. It's looking good. Okay. So that's going to make things very interesting. In theory. So we're now doing upscaling. I like those. These came out real nice. So remember, the ones on the top, oh sorry, the V0 is a short caption trained model. And the one on the right, that's the long trained. Okay, so let's just grab that. Trained short, trained long. Okay, so we're like, that's what the whole thing of tonight has been, testing short captioned models. So when you train it, it was trained on short captions, but then I also have a long captioned version for every single image, right? And then we are prompting both of the models, the short train and the long train, with short prompts or long prompts. Okay, now they're not the same prompt, I'll grant that, okay? We did do that, but it was a bit awkward to compare it. Because obviously they're so different, it's a bit pointless, but... I think there's pros and cons to both approaches, you know. Because like a long prompt on a short trained model looks great. But then also a short prompt on a long trained model also looks great. You know what I mean? I would pick, so it's kind of like it both work. So there's no clear winner. I mean, this is more like my style. But this is more like the original. I mean, it's so difficult to choose. So difficult to choose. The long train with long prompts does look good too. I think certainly the short trained model looks better with long prompts. So I think that long prompts basically win, right? but it seems like there is a function for a short-trained model. I don't know, maybe it is just long works best, no matter what. It's kind of hard. Certainly these bottom two, but that could just be the prompt that's currently, you know, that could just be the prompt. Let's do another one and find out. So when we get down to the upscaling and the detailing, that looks so cool. This is exactly the kind of like cover art which I'm trying to make. Yeah, it's got some mistakes and bits and pieces that are a bit confusing here and there, but I think it looks fat, so. Okay, right, so what are we going to do? We've now got a new thing happening now, okay? So just give you an idea. Photo of in the heart of a Saturn chamber, hydrocarbon processors create spectacular light shows as they interact with preserved ring material. Support towers rise through carefully maintained pressure zones, their surfaces reflecting the chamber's artificial daylight. Industrial platforms float like islands in the void, connected by streams of processed materials. And then the second one has all of the original stuff, but then it also says photo of within the controlled environment, a wetland ecosystem thrives under carefully maintained conditions. So a fake wetland in an artificial megastructure, okay? So what did we get? You can't see any wetland there. Primaris Reavers. Wait a minute. That's forehand Warhammer stuff. Wait a minute. But these guys look pretty good, I'd say. Pretty good. Oh, sheesh. What the heck? Hang on. Sanguinary Priest? No way. Man. That's cool. That is so cool to see. I know it might look like a complete mess right here, but I'm just thinking about the potential. And look, this was what the model tried to make. Sanguinary Priest, everyone. Courtesy of... what was it called? I forget what it was called. Shuttle 3.1 Aesthetic. Okay. Right, so while it's doing that, let's get back to my B-side. So, install SVS CUDA. So weird that it needs to be reinstalled already. Do you know what I mean? All I did was shut it down. I don't understand why the environment gets corrupted. That's kind of a bit weird to me. So it's going to do all this bull. Okay, whatever. We'll let it carry on. Hang on. What's going on here? It's tricking me. There, that's where I'm at. It was tricking me. With technology. Hang on. I think I accidentally, when I closed that tab, I think I accidentally killed the whole job. Because that does happen. If you have like, yeah, look, processing interrupted. Because I opened another comfy tab that was already there, and then I closed the tab, for some reason that interrupts the whole thing. I've had this happen a bunch of times. Annoying. But, you know, what are you going to do? So let's say 215. So basically I'm going to start that whole run again. So we're going to save this as 215 and then give it an export, because I'm probably going to put this one out. I know it's just like experimental stuff, right? But whatever. I think it would be useful to people to see what's going on. And then it even made another tab for me. Isn't that nice? I don't like the tabs either. It's a little bit confusing because you're like, wait, am I in here now or am I here now? Which one? What's going on? Look, it's nice in some ways in that when you drag a workflow in, it doesn't just... you don't just lose the workflow that was there. But it's kind of like if you know that that's what it does, then you expect that to happen and it's not a surprise. But now what's happening is you bring it, like if I save it, it makes a new tab. It can be very confusing, especially when I'm working on workflows. When I'm like going through versions, I had nine tabs here, and it was just all the same workflow from where I was making a change and saving my progress. Okay, so this is what it would have made. It looks a bit cooked, doesn't it? Doesn't that look a bit cooked? Like it's too many steps? I wonder if you can actually bring it down to just 4 steps. We should probably do a 4-stepper and see how she gets on. That's a good point. That's a good point. We're doing 8 steps on the upscaler. Let's go down to 4 steps here too. Yes. Oh my. This is kind of looking pretty sweet. Hell yeah. Magresses. Magresses. So cool. I think I'm going to go back to 16 to 9 because it seems like 16 to 9 was the best choice. Let's go for that there, yeah. This is funny as hell though. It looks like something out of Transformers. And I don't mean the good Transformers. Right. It's got the style. It has the essence of the stuff I'm going for. If anything, it's like too strong now. It's too strong now. So Cyber Society is too strong. I'm going to take that down to 0.8. And then let's go with 0.6 across the board. That's going to be too much because I want to be able to... I want to talk about that when you've overloaded the LoRa's. You should be able to get away with 0.6 across the board, but... Okay. How are we doing? Pirate GFX. Handy and annoying. Yep, that's the tabs in Comfy. Fusion. Too high CFG will cause overcooked. And Full Dive Media, I can hear Gordon Ramsay screaming. Johnson! Yeah, I think this is why we haven't reduced the CFG on the no LoRa section. Because it is running Schnell, not Dev. So the other guys, they're all running 1.0 because there is no negative prompt, right? We're also shoving a shitload of tokens in here. And it's got a very strong idea of what it wants to make. Okay. We finally got there. Isn't that nice? Everything is ready. CUDA is available. Sick. Audio processing, set up and running. Good. So now we do immediately update. Because I'm lazy and I haven't updated the install script yet. So basically it's going to install the Gradio stuff. But I don't understand why once we use it, it suddenly throws its toys out the pram on the second run. That's bloody weird. You shouldn't have to reinstall it every time. It's a bit strange, that. Okay. Oh yeah, these guys. So I just wanted to say, right, you know how I went on to do all of the Spotify stuff? As soon as I put an album up, I was getting spammed by people. That one company, that one account that I was just looking at, they're actually pretty sweet. Underrated, I think they're called. They weren't jokers, but the amount of like fake radio stations that were contacting me. Hey man, $100, I'll promote your track. I was like, bro, I just released 100 tracks. I'm not going to pay. I'm not going to pay to promote one out of a... What's that? 100 times 100. So you want 10 grand or whatever the hell it is. Do you know what I mean? It's not happening, mate. I'm not paying for it. I make too much music. I'm not going to do that. That would be silly. Like maybe if you were making loads of money, but I really don't think that there's that much money to be made, right? I'm just doing it for fun. I just want to be able to guarantee that what I teach works. That's all. I wouldn't even care if I got kicked off of Spotify for whatever reason, right? Because the point is I've proven the pipeline works. And if you're a serious artist, I can tell you this is how you do it with confidence, and then you can just go ahead and benefit. You don't have, you know what I mean? So it's not about me. That's the funny thing about a lot of this stuff. It's not about me. It's about the process. Because there's a lot of people out there that will say that there is no process. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, you got to be really careful. So let's see. Fusion says lower CFG gives grey a less vibrant image, but you probably know that. Yeah, don't worry. Like I said, I've got this. I've got my apply LUT. So I'm correcting all of my color ranges according to a lookup table at the end. So I'm pretty happy with reducing. It's fine. Fusion also says, be careful. I know someone who just had their YouTube account stolen from a scammer who convinced them to click a link and run a file. He hasn't recovered his YouTube yet. Holy shiznit. That's not cool. That's not cool. But like you said, it's a danger, right? It's a danger that comes with the territory. So, where's that other thing gone? Did it kill itself? I don't recall saying, okay, we're done with it, so I guess it's finished then, has it? I guess it must have. Alright, let's try it. I could have sworn we did the update. Maybe I, closed it without even thinking. I bet I did. I bet I just clicked on it and closed it. See, now it'll work. Whereas last time, it was like, oh, I don't know what G radio is. You're like, what? Yeah, see, it's working. So bizarre to me. Bubbly diddly boo. What is it? 127? 127, and it's 76786. Okay, cool. So what are we going to do then? We're going to get a tune. Probably get a tune from my latest album. A book. Might use Angel 2. I wonder which one is going to be best. I just got to listen to them to recall. Hang on a sec. Let me just slow this down. And stop. Right. Let's just... Right. Let's just see. What do we got? I got to refresh my memory on the names of the tracks. I want to know which one's going to fit. Well, I know what Angel is. Divine might work. What about Shadows? That's a bit too wistful. And this is just like bloody hypnotic. Echo. This is very funky. Super funky. It's pretty good. But it's almost too slow. I think it's going to be Divine. Yeah, it's going to be Divine. Okay. Alright, so I'll use Divine. And let's just put the radio back on. Yeah, he hasn't recovered his YouTube yet. Oh man, that sucks. I hope whoever this is gets their YouTube account back, because you have to work so much. You have to do so much work to build up a YouTube, and for it to just get taken away from you by a scammer, why? It's almost enough for you to call the A-team, right? Okay. Right, before I start another job, I'm going to do this. So we'll go Divine, Audio, done. And then we get the video. Have I got multiple things open? I do, don't I? Yeah, Darktude. Put that in there. Now this is going to be tricky because it's 20 minutes long, but I've already recompressed it. So it won't be like 30 gigabytes. I probably should have bore that in mind, but I don't really want to be splitting 45 minutes of video. 1 bar per segment. This is quite... Yeah, well, let me see. It was quite a slow song, so I think it's going to be okay. See, I was like, do I need to slow motion the footage? Do you know what I mean? But then I thought that's going to be too... It's too much to slow motion the whole footage and then cut it up and beat split it and everything else. So I think I'll just go with how it is and hopefully it fits. It might be that the footage is actually too high energy for the music, in which case then I would just use you know, like a more upbeat funk tune and I'd resplit the video. But I'm gonna do shuffle penalty 40%, so that means it's 40% of 40%. It might even be able to do less than that actually, because when you think about it, right, there's 20 minutes of video, right, and I think that the song is 4 minutes long. So let's just double check that. So Divine, wait a minute, did I use the wrong bloody song? No, I just haven't done the MP3 tags yet. That's okay. So it's 5 minutes long and it's 20 minutes. So that means I should probably do 25%, right? Because it is literally straight math, you know what I'm saying? So then on size reward, what's going to happen is the 25%, the most interesting 25% will get randomized, and that should match roughly the length of the song. I'd say that's going to work. Okay. Fusion. A different YouTuber clicked on a Facebook post for free video AI editor, and he ran the EXE and it seemed to do nothing, and he woke up the next day with his YouTube account stolen. God damn. There's some sharks out there, boys. You've got to stay vigilant. It's almost like no key, not your keys, not your crypto. It's a wild, wild landscape out there. What the hell? Someone's just out here stealing YouTube accounts. Don't they realise that they can't actually claim any money? Do you reckon that's their plan? To like go into the YouTube and change the PayPal address to your PayPal address? You know what I mean? Do you think that's the scam? Because it's not like they could upload videos to it, you know? Everyone would be like, who the hell is this clown? This isn't the guy I sub to, you know? So it's like, what's the angle? I'm thinking maybe it might be a little bit of competitor sabotage, you know what I'm saying? So it'd be like, oh, you make videos about a thing, and then somebody else is a bit aggressive, and they also make videos about a thing, and they're like trying to eliminate the competition with aggressive tactics. It could be something like that. I know there are patent trolls, or well, they're not patent trolls, but patent trolling type stuff happens, you know? Like someone will like copyright your name and then like try to make you pay a license fee if you continue using your own name. It's something like that. It's the most ridiculous thing I ever heard of, but apparently it works. Like lawfare, I guess. So what they do is they replace the channel with a crypto scam and start talk about doubling your money. But who's going to fall for that though? Because it's not them, it's not the guy. Like, say this happened to my channel, right? You know, suddenly my channel, oh, they use Elon Musk. What the hell? But surely anybody that was subscribed to that channel is going to know, hang on a minute, Johnson doesn't use videos of Elon Musk talking about crypto. They upload lots of videos and hide the original videos. Yeah, but like I said, like the original subscribers of that channel aren't going to fall for that. So is it just they're just, I get it. So they're poaching a guy who had a partner agreement so that they can monetize the spam. and then they upload a bunch of spam, try to scam a load of people. Do you know what I would do? If I was, seeing this happen, I'd be looking up the wallet address of the crypto scam to see if they're actually getting any, because I wouldn't be surprised, but I reckon that they probably wouldn't even have anything, if you know what I'm saying. Like, it didn't even work. They did all this effort. But I've seen a bunch of that lately where they give out their wallet address and then you look it up and they've got no transactions. Like, not a single one. No one ever fell for it. So it's like they've done all this effort to try and be this big scammer and they've just made zero. Yeah, look at that. Use the subscribe account as a way to broadcast the scam. They put a QR code in the video. It all sounds like weak. Right, I gotta be careful. It all sounds like weak and pathetic nonsense to me. I honestly don't think that anybody will fall for that. Like, I know it happens. I've seen this sort of stuff online and gone, why the hell are they doing this? And so I get what you're saying, but it's sort of like, I actually think they make like $20. He was half awake. Yeah. But then that's a stupidity tax. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm not being funny, but if you're half awake early in the morning and you buy some crypto that Elon Musk, AI-generated Elon Musk is talking about, or just Elon Musk talking generally about Doge, and they've just like made it seem like it's anyway. I think we're far enough into crypto to know, like, you know, come on guys, maybe putting your life savings into cummies is a bad idea. I don't know. I mean, call me conservative or whatever you want to call that now, but maybe that was a bad choice. You know what I mean? Anyway. It's easy to say that when we know, right? I'm sure there's a new scam right around the corner that nobody's seen. You know what I mean? Full Dive Media says, I don't know much about software, but I think people should open their software in a virtual PC or something. I think you should buy NordVPN. But then I would say that. So, I'm not being paid or anything, although you could get a referral link and I'll get some extra time on my deal. But like I say, I think NordVPN is pretty good. It'll cover a lot of this weird stuff because it won't even let you go there. Or if you do, they can't track that you've been there. Like I said, a VPN is usually the best choice. But to be honest, you just don't open software that you don't know or trust. What's it they said in Mr. Robot? Trust but verify. That came up the other night when I went to see a friend I hadn't seen in years. Yeah, I think NordVPN's pretty good. There's a lot of programs out there which, you know, claim to do this and that. I wouldn't bother using NordPass though. No offense. It's not that I think it's bad. I just think that if you don't keep paying, then they have got, you know, your passwords get locked away. You're better off doing your own password management thing. So even though it's part of my plan, I don't use it. Do you know what I mean? Because I'm just like, I've had password managers in the past, and they kind of, how do you put this? They kind of lock your passwords away, and then it's like, well, you got to keep paying, otherwise, and then you're like, damn, you know what I mean? So I've got my own way of doing passwords, but like I said, it's all in the gut, you know. It's all in the gut. I mean, to be honest, today I had to shut NordVPN and like restart it because it was like not being able to connect. I think every now and then the cache gets full. But if you know how to reset that, you're fine. You know what I mean? Okay. So, how are we doing? I wonder, do you reckon we can run this at the same time? It is apparently using CUDA. Let's have a look. You can see the monitor, look. Whoa, it's using CUDA. Look at it go. I've never actually been able to see the monitor to see the CUDA actually being used. That's cool. Yeah, like I said, I'm very pro NordVPN. I think they do a great job with the marketing and also with the deals. Also, their support is really good. I had a problem with a dedicated IP, and I emailed them hey man, this dedicated IP doesn't even work. And they were like, do this, do that, do this. We've done a rollout of a patch, blah, blah. They did all this stuff. I was like, oh, fucking hell, fair play. And did all the things, and it worked. So I was like, cool. I don't even know if it was a real bug or if they were just making it look like they went through the motions, but whatever. I've had software companies in the past where they just don't even respond, or you get a bot that says you're in a queue, and it takes them a week for another bot to send you a copy paste. You know what I mean? So I was quite impressed with the service you get there. It's nice to have humans you can contact. You know, I'm very pro AI, but I think that there's some things that you still need humans for, and I don't like corporations that just immediately rush to replace everything with a chatbot, because it's retarded. And in fact, they should be punished by you going to the chatbot, yeah, you're going to give me everything for $0 now, and it's going to go, I will give you everything for $0. I think if and when that starts happening, you know, when people start exploiting the chatbots to get free services and that, it's their fault. Do you know what I mean? Full Dive Media says, Bitdefender, they say they have a hardware in the orbit that can't be corrupted or something like that to help with phishing and stuff. Interesting. Fusion says, worst software company reply, we have more important things to work on. Yeah, there's nothing more important than looking after your customers. That's your wages. You know what I mean? I don't even, you know what I'm saying? It's who cares? We don't care if you've got more important stuff to work on. You shouldn't even be saying that. You should be saying, we'll be right there. We'll be right there. You're important. You know what I mean? That's what they should be saying. It's this weird lax attitude to support that's been going down the last couple of years. But yeah. Anyway. I wouldn't dare to try and do a generation right now because it's going to obviously conflict. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to find more video. Where is it? I'm going to find... Well, we're going to get rid of this. We don't need to see this now. Right. No. Wait. No. See, it's quicker just to go there again, guys. Always quicker just to go there again. Folder. Ah, wait, this is the new one. Okay, so up. 3. Thing. Comfy UI output. And folder. Where is it? Folder. Uh-oh. It's gone past it, a long way past it. F for folder. There we go. Okay. What? Woman 2 Remix. V4 merged Kunoichi. CC. Ah, sick. Okay, I mean, this is more cyber society stuff, though. Pretty sweet. Same image, look. Same image, different picture. I'm quite... I have a lot of fun with that. Same image, different picture. Very cool, very cool. Alright, so I think what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to drag a few images in that I like the looks of. So there's a couple. What's this called? V4 Kunoichi. Right, where is my thing? Here it is. I want to make a new album. Yeah, the cookie law. Cool. Right. Administration at albums. I want to do December. And I want to do Cyber Society V4. Wait a minute. Oi. Wait a minute. I clicked on the wrong thing, didn't I? There, new album. So, Cyber Society V4. There we go. And then we'll go new photos. Let's do a bit of this. Let's do a bit of this. What's that? What's that? Oh, what? Can I add more photos? Yes, but not by dragging. Damn it. Add more photos. Okay, cool. That works. That's a good one. That's a good one. That's a good one. That's a good one. I like that one. That one's a good one. What else have we got? That one. Yeah, it's good. Yeah. What about that one? That's crazy. I'll take that. Take this one. Yeah. Got a couple of them already. What is this one? Yeah, that's good. And that one. And that one? I already have that one. What's this? Too much dress. The dress doesn't make sense. Why is the gun round her ankles? Other than that, that would have been a good one. That's interesting. I'll take that. Yep. What the heck is going on with the... No. What? There's like just a teenage girl with a samurai sword with she's going to school. Again, the anime bleeding in. The anime, it bleeds. That means we can kill it. Well, that's pretty crazy. I'll keep that. Even though it's not really... Again, that's more like it. Yeah, it's alright. It's a bit weird. Again, the anime is creeping in, but it's a good image. We'll take it. Not enough, the incorrect number of fingers. I like to see the clouds and stuff. It's very much part of the style, but you can see the drawing type on the helmet there. And in the way that the lighting on clothing is done. It's consistent across the whole model, see? It's one of the reasons I like this model so much. Okay, we will drag those in. And go back. And then we've got the night section. See. Oh, really? Is that it? That's the same, but that's the same picture. Oh, something's gone wrong there. Let's go to samurai. Ah, look, some of these have been in a different set. There's one of my favorites right there. I don't know why we've got like a stained glass, but we've got a stained glass. So I'll add another set of images. How are we doing? Another 11 minutes. Okay. There is the samurai, very much so. Samurai maxing. There's another one. What's this one here? Cyber-san. What's this? Yeah, that one's good. I like that. I like that. I like that. Like this. Ooh, explosions. Bit too basic though. That's nice. That's actually pretty mental. Take that one. Take that one. Yes. I even like that. Take this. Again, the anime bleeding through. See, I don't have a problem with it. I don't mind it. It's just that it's not what I was training. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, that isn't anime. Right? It's a bit too realistic. So it's kind of like, I don't know, subjective, right? Now that is what I'm talking about. This is essentially what I was trying to get done. This kind of style of drawing. Man. It doesn't need to be perfect. In fact, it needs to be messed up more. You know, we need to add some noise. Now look at that. That's cool. Character designs. And it's like consistent, the style. The only problem I have is AI keeps messing up scabbards, rifles, how to hold things, but I'm sure it'll get there. It's just not quite there with a lot of stuff. See, look at that. That's totally Shogunate style. Totally Shogunate style. But look, he's trying to make a sword or a something on his chest, which is not part of the brief. Big helmet and a shotgun. I'll take it. The robot with the crazy arms. Like it, like it. Again, we'll take that. This is all good. Adel, the Adel assassin bot. Crazy stuff. Yes. Bit too much like an astronaut there, but it's a good picture. Very hellgassed. Very hellgassed. I feel like a lot of these were probably in a different collection because I've upscaled them already for the 4K collection. Yeah, probably. But that's okay. Oh, hell yeah. You've got shoulder guns. A little tank in the background there. It's nice. Yeah, see, that was definitely in the previous collection. That's probably one of the best ones because it's so photorealistic. It almost looks like it almost looks real. So yeah, we'll drop them in there. Start that, and then back we go. So we've got robots as well. Not many though. Lift. Okay, bloody hell, that thing's standing behind the horizon. What the hell? It's like, yeah, that's a bit silly. That's a bit silly. So, engineers. Did we have any decent engineers? Not really. Yeah, so many clocks. Yeah, that's not really what you're looking for. Is it going backwards? I don't know what's going on here. Woman Remix 3. What the heck? Oh! Gotta be careful for the YouTubes. Keep it to thumbnails on this one. I think we'll get away with that one. Yeah. So you can see the influence of the cyber society in the background. So, yeah, like I said, I was trying to explain... Oh, and look at that. The difference between that and that, it's the same across the board, look. Dodgy, better. And I can't remember. 896, and then, yeah, so that's the effect of my boosted upscaler. So you can see right here, the edges are all nasty. And then it just sharpens everything up. Same thing with this image. We hit the next, and it just sharpens everything up. But, well, when I say sharpen, it's actually smoothing. But it's the same thing here. We got this weird grain on everything. And then if I go, there you go. It looks better. And all I did was run it through the upscaler. So, same thing here. Boop. Now it looks fine. Isn't it strange how that happens? There's another one. It looks like, almost like a parchment. It's almost like it's been done in crayon on parchment. And then you do, and then it sharpens it all up in a funny way. Makes it look more like a oil painting, I guess. What's this story about? It looks like the cover of a story. And this is what I was trying to get to. I was trying to get to the cover for a book. You know what I mean? Excuse me. Man, one day this cough is actually going to go away and I'm going to be a very happy man. So there's the LUT version, right? Kind of brought out the edging though. You could almost see the masking there, which is kind of annoying. Didn't really want to show that. Maybe it's a personal force field. What's this? How many fingers does she have? Let's see. One. Oh no! She's got one freakishly long. That's how you know they're aliens. They got extra fingers. This is what the government's trying to cover up. Extra fingers means aliens, guys. But there's the color correction for that one. So let's see, what do we got going on the comments over here? Fusion says, an AI chatbot for $0 refers to a situation where someone was able to, chatbot car. Trick a car dealership's AI chatbot into offering to sell a car for absolutely no money. But the thing is, you know what? That's been going on for years. I can remember Black Friday sales like 10 years ago, right? When people would they'd buy the item, like a laptop or something, yeah? And then they'd press back in the browser and the website code would screw up. And so then when they click on buy, it would say $0 and just send it out. And then they would automatically get the item. You see what I mean? And not pay for it. And then the company was like, well, we're going to sue you for not paying for the item. And then they were like, well, it just said 0, so I thought it was free. Right? And it's because there was some problem with the discount on Black Friday. And how when you go back in a browser, it screws everything up. And people figured this out, and some company sold thousands of free laptops, lost loads of money, and the court was like, it's your fault, you've got to make a better website. Do you know what I mean? And so the way I see it is, if you have a chatbot and it's doing all the work, they sacked a bunch of staff, didn't they? So it's their fault when they get screwed over. Not being funny, but you're not supposed to sack the staff. You know, if you want to have AI and chatbots make your company more efficient, cool. But if your intention was to just sack staff, well, you deserve to be punished, because that's karma. I don't know how else to put it. You know what I mean? We're not going to sack anyone because of AI. We're actually going to get AI to make the employees' workload easier. Yeah. I'll believe it when I see it. You know what I mean? But yeah, in a way, that's karma, man. You can't chop humans out of the loop and go, but we've got a chatbot doing that. Every company I know that sacked half their staff in the 2010s so they could have a website with a phone system, they just lost money. It was a bad decision. They all wished that they didn't do it, because there were companies that would sell you a 20 grand website with a new phone system, and they were like, oh, customers won't ring so much, so you don't need as many call center staff. And it's wrong. What happens is the customers are like, I can't even speak to anyone anymore. I'm going to the competitor. And then they lose the money completely. So it was a false economy. Have a worker monitor the chatbot. Yeah, it should be. That's how it should be. If you're going to have a chatbot, you should have staff that are 24 hours monitoring the chatbot, because you can have the chatbot programmed to send, important, you know what I mean? Send important tickets to, ups, what do they call it? Man. They go up to the next department, basically, which is the humans, right? So if you want to have it, you can do it, but yeah, you need someone monitoring the AI, because otherwise the AI goes nuts and just starts giving stuff out for free. And that's not what you want. Yeah, she's looking pretty good. Still got the craziness, the abstract surrealism of the tentacles. Love it. There's a galactic space squid in the background. Intergalactic space squid. So what have we got in this file? Got to be careful. It's just a chick with a skull. No big deal. It's actually pretty cool. Oh, actually, do you know what? That's an interesting point. Yeah, be careful. Careful now. What would happen if I took that last image we just saw, this image here? What would happen if I took that image and dropped it in here? It doesn't know what this is. What? Oh, I'm doing transformative retag evolution. Right. So I'm processing an entire folder of images, and then I'm doing vision on them, and Well, I could just replace that with token exclusion list. Yeah, see, we don't need any of that. We could just use Florence now. See, I could probably do a respin on this, you know. Yeah, Florence to run. So we take that image there. Okay, we don't need that. Don't need that. And we go with caption to there. Don't need that. What's this? Text concatenate. Don't need that. So in fact, don't need any of that. Get rid of that too. There we go. And then we're going to need more detailed caption. And then we're going to do download well, we don't need download. Just do model loader. Florence model loader. And we're going to do prompt gen 2.0. So more detailed caption. La-di-doo-di-dee. Max tokens. Probably want to keep that to like, because it doesn't like more than 512, right? So we'll just go with 500. In fact, it might even be less than that. It might be 256. Let's go with 256. It probably won't even respect what I'm asking it to do anyway. We'll keep that loaded because we don't really want to mess around. And then up here, of course, because I don't want to like spend 20 minutes, I'll get my checkpoint loader, select the shuttle 3.1, which we already have loaded, and just do that. And then hopefully it won't reload the entire universe. SDXL 4 to 5, that should be fine. So it should be making this image, right? But I'm going to load it up with shuttle. Yeah. The only thing is, what image was it? On false. So that means it's not loading this. I might have to use this image. But that's not what it did. That's not how we made this image. Scheiße. Because the thing is, the path is gone. Because I've moved it all. I've moved everything. So that path is now gone. So it can't tell me where I got the data set from. Look, false. Thanks, mate. So what I'll do is I'll get rid of the batch support and just use an image, and we'll just use the noisy version. Okay, hopefully that's not too crazy. Woman V2 remix. I'm going to say Woman Revival here. Okay, now what else did I just break? What's this down here? Ah, scheiße, it's doing the same thing down there. So what we'll do is just copy this and then rush down here, fix that. So again, we need to swap this out. Woman style. Where's the image going though? Oh, so the image isn't going anywhere. It was just going into there. So image goes in. And then caption comes out like that. In fact, it's probably going to go into the top because we're going to get rid of this, this, and this. There we go. Okay, so that's now fixed. Cap, recaption, cap, recaption. Oh, we're missing a project thing here. I must have deleted the project name. Whoops, that's going to mess everything up. I don't know, there's still a project name here. Oh, it's finished. 679. All right. Now, this is a pretty mental workflow, but just to go through what it actually does. It's going to take Cyber Ninja and Old Gods prompts, but then it's going to load Old Gods, Cyber Ninja, and Not the True World. And where's the woman model? Is the woman model not even there? I could have sworn it said woman on there. Like, I've got a model called woman. Maybe not. Is there another LoRa loader somewhere that I can't see? SDXL, SDXL. Obviously, that's just for the dimensions. Okay, so I've got no idea why it says woman there. Because we've just got Old Gods, Cyber Ninja, and Not the True World. And then in the prompts, it's just Cyber Ninja and Old Gods together. Oh, I know why. It's because I had a folder of outputs from the woman model. So what I did was I made a whole bunch of images with my woman LoRa, and then I used them as image-to-image feed. So image-to-image fuel, right? So then it's going to do all of this other stuff. All right, let's do one. Do you know what? I should probably update this. So what's this? Shift Vision Recaption Lines 100. Yeah, we'll take that. Save as. Yep, save it. And then look at the tabs. What the hell's going on, guys? I'm using all of them right now. I can't close them. Okay, so this is the directory where the video is, apparently. So that's temp processing. So let's just have a look. Did it tell me here? Nope, it told me wrong. Look, it told me, did it tell me lies? Let's find out. This is one of the problems I have with my tool right now. So if I go to temp processing 5557. So that is the splits. That's the splits right there, okay? But it also said that they are in output beat split input video 557. So let's see if it's telling me lies or if it's done it in two places, because it could be either. So beat output, nothing, no. Output. Oh wait, it's like, see, lies. So that's the first thing, which is a bit of a problem. The output directory is correct in the console, but in the web UI, it's telling me where it should be, but it's not there. I think the easiest way to fix that is probably to change the code so that instead of saving this, is to change the code so that it copies these files to the expected location. But that might require changes to the CLI script. So that might be a little bit tricky, but I'm sure it can be done. It's just a bit tricky to go through the code. I probably won't do that now, but I am going to get it done. So anyway, what we're going to do is we're going to take the actual path, which is in the temporary processing location, which we got from the console. And then I'm going to use the size reward penalty on 25%, like I said earlier. And hopefully it doesn't explode because I'm already generating an image right now. Cheeky. Okay, that came out nice. But again, look at this weirdness going on here, right? It looks all messed up. But that's actually not a bug. It's a result of the models because Cyber Ninja V0 is based on Midjourney version 2. So is Old Gods V0. In fact, let's just see if Civet is working. So if I go to my models and I go to Old Gods and I click on V0, you'll see that exact look. Because again, it's based on something. Do you know what I mean? I was trying to train it. So Old Gods, and was it Black Sun? Let me just double check. No, Cyber Ninja. Okay, Cyber Ninja. So it was Cyber Ninja. There's Cyber Ninja. Love it, mate. So not that one. We've looked at that enough tonight. Okay, so if I go to V0, this is the Midjourney V2. So it's trained on Midjourney V3. Midjourney V3. So the fast train didn't learn the texture, but the full train did. And so then you end up with stuff like this. And like I said, you can really see it in some of these images. Oh, wow, look at that. That's pretty cool. So remember, this is Old Gods. And then the Cyber Ninja, if I go to the V00, which is the full train, you get the same sort of thing going on. So you can see the influences that we've been seeing in a lot of the images typified in these pictures. Ah. Did I break my radio station again? Stop clubbing, seals. Right. Finished. Final memory usage 632 meg. I can't believe that it's so fast. So anyway, that's done. Look at the iterations per second. I wish I could get that kind of iterations per second when in Comfy UI. My God. It's because what it's doing is such an easy, you know, I've set it up to make it easy. Do you know what I mean? Okay, so the output folder is here. So let's just copy that. Now, if I go here, it should tell me M345, 345. So it gave me the correct one for that at least. So if I take that and then I go to beat join, put that path in, and now I just need to get that song, Divine, put that there, join with audio, and let's see how this ended up. Because obviously I showed you this, which is the noisy version. But then I immediately do my boosted upscaler, right? Which we've obviously seen already tonight, which is going to help to tidy that up a little bit. I still think that face is a bit... Whoa, what's going on here? What's going on with the... What? There's a leg coming out of nowhere. It's weird. Or she's got another leg, I guess, covered up. I don't know. It looks a bit weird. That's like an inside leg. So I guess that's the left leg, that's the right leg. Oh, crap. So it looks like I forgot to hook up the profile, but that's okay. All that was going to do was create, because what this does is it creates a data set for training. So the this would have been the caption, right? And it would have basically given me a new data set to then train on that image and other images like it. This is why it had a directory batch thing back here. So at the moment this is working for, like, you put an image in. Wow, that's quite different actually. Holy shit. Hang on. That's quite different. That's very different, actually. Like, she didn't have a leg there for a start. And she's less Korean. Somewhat. Somewhat less Korean. Interesting, isn't it? I don't know. I find this stuff interesting. And also, the wall is gone. Now it literally is some kind of portal to, like, a video screen of some kind. It's become more sci-fi. Interesting. Anyway, a worthy diversion. Checking out the comments. Full Dive Media says, oh wait, I missed loads. Fusion, prankster tricks a GM chatbot into agreeing to sell him a $76,000 Chevy Tahoe for $1. Hey man, it's probably real. I don't know if they were able to actually get it or not. They probably managed to get the order in, and then probably the dealer was like, hang on a minute, there's no money. Go yourself. I think that's what happens. Full Dive Media says, aliens, lol, I wish. That's in my response to my many fingers. Definitely aliens. Fusion says, have a worker monitor the chatbot. Stores have self-checkout, but they have someone monitoring them. Yeah, I've always felt a little bit uncomfortable about that, because the thing is that it used to be that there would be 8 tills, yeah? and they'd have conveyor belts, and you'd come up and you'd put your stuff on the conveyor belt, and they'd scan it through and sometimes even bag it, and then you would pay and off you go, right? And there would be huge queues at peak times, and there would be like 8 tills, 8 people, right? Now you have like 2 tills for big trolleys, right? But then you have like 20 self-checkouts with like one guy doing the whole thing. There'll be like 10 on one side and 10 on the other, and one guy running up and down like a blue arse. You know what I'm saying? And I've always thought, isn't that a bit of a scam? Like, people complain about, oh, AI is taking jobs. I'm like, self-checkout took like 20 jobs from every supermarket in the country, and nobody cares. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, when they say, oh, AI is going to take jobs, it kind of falls on deaf ears, to be honest, because, you know, automation has taken so many jobs, and they don't even count them. Like, you've got one guy doing the work of what used to be 10 people, minimum. You know? I don't know. I have this joke that one day you're going to go to Walmart, right? And there's going to be, like, boxes of product, and it'll say, oh, if you want to earn $5 a store credit, just take these boxes and put them on the shelf for us in the right place. Yeah? So, so they outsource the shelf stacking to customers that come in. You know what I mean? So as you go in, you... as you come in, they're like, use our app and scan the product on the pallet. And then if you go and put it on the shelf, we'll pay you like an hour's... You know what I'm saying? I honestly think that's where we're going. You know what I mean? Self-checkout isn't the end. They're going to do... It'll be self-shelf stacking. And then they'll pay you $5 so that you can then buy what you need and leave. And it's like a zero... Do you know what I mean? It's like zero sum then. Because you earn... Like, you go in... It's almost like the joke when you don't pay for the restaurant and you're like... Oh, I'll just do the dishes, you know, I'll just wash dishes in the back for an hour and that'll cover the bill, you know? Oh, it's funny. Even though nowadays you'd probably have to do like 6-hour shift washing pots just to cover one meal. But hey, I'm not trying to get like that, okay? Let's see. Fusion says, I don't know any Lescarians. I've never been to Lescaria. Joking, I know you said less Korean. Lescaria. That's going to become a meme, I bet. Fusion, that's the same here, talking about self-checkout. Abdullah Mohammed says, universal basic income pending. Yeah. Well, that's the funny thing. Like, if they can get you stacking shelves, you won't need universal basic income because they'll pay you enough so you can buy your shopping. You know? I'm just thinking about different ways that could work, you know what I mean? Because then they have a robot behind the store just to take money, and then you go in, you do like a 5 minutes of work, and then they pay you like whatever, and then, do you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I just find it funny because they already have it. So you get a scanning device and you walk around going beep beep beep, and then you go and pay for it, right? And the weird thing is that if you work in the store, they give you a trolley full of stuff and you go beep, beep, beep and put it on the trolley. So I'm like, it's almost there, you know what I mean? Like the equipment, all they have to do is go open up your app, get your scanner, and here's a bunch of product to put away. Once you've done that, we'll give you credit, which you can then spend in store. So then your shopping is free. That's how they'll market it, you know what I mean? But actually what they mean is you'll be working for us. Anyway, I just find it funny. I've always joked about it since I worked in retail in the lockdown. Okay, Drift Johnson does deliveries, or he did during the lockdown. That was quite fun. Right, they put me in a van. Can you believe it? They put me in a van, a 3.5-ton truck, and they were just like, "Yeah, have at it." And I was like, "Okay." My God, man, some of the corners were quite fun. What I've got to do, though, is I've got to show you where we're at. We're done. Beat sync video complete. Okay, so, again, the audio is always a bit of a nightmare because I have to just play the speakers and it's not like perfectly in, okay, but I want to show you the results. I want to show you the results. So here it is, beat output. I wonder if there's a way that I could do this actually. Hang on a minute, I've got an idea. Yeah. Okay, so here's the video, right? So we'll copy the video and then we'll put it on the USB. Let's just go and drop it in here. Drop it in here, shall we? Close that so it's not conflicting. Give that a second to copy across, and then I might just be able to drop it into the actual thing on the main computer. Hey. Yeah, 3 hours of product would be about £30, because when you think about it, they pay the minimum wage for 3 hours in this country. It would be about £10 an hour, so you'd be getting 30 quid credit. But who's going to be in the store for 3 hours putting product on the shelf? So they'd probably have to pay double to get people to even do it. You know what I mean? But then their whole angle would be to reduce the staff, wouldn't it? That's their whole angle. Reduce the staff and have the community do the work. Or should I say the customers? Because that's what community means, right? Community. All right, let's just take this out. Crap. I just absolutely wrecked the microphone. There we go, it's fine. Don't die on me. Cables, man. Right. There's a problem with Drive D. No thanks, Windows. You only make it harder. I said, stop it. Stop popping up. Right. USB-D. USB, I'm going to go in here and whoa, we're going to have to make a new scene, and we're going to go back to the main scene for now. We're not ready yet. We need to copy the file over to the hard drive because I'm not playing it off the bloody USB. That would just be ridiculous. Copy that, go into videos, paste it in here. This is quite convoluted, you know what I mean? I've had to like record all the stuff on the capture box, then copy it across to the main machine to transmute it into MP4, to then put it all into a single file with Premiere, to then split it all with Beat Sync, to then shuffle it with Reward Penalty, to then mix it back together again as a video. And then you end up with this, which is what I'm about to play for you guys. So let's just stop the music. It's always a bit of a car crash when I just stop the music. I need to get a fader button or something. So we're going to jump over here, and then we get to see the results of today's Shuffle Studio. I don't hear any sound, do you? Hang on a minute. Why can't I hear the audio? Oh, you hear music. Okay, so it's just not, I just can't hear it. Right, sorry, let's go then. From the start. I'll shut up.
with the fuck with the Peter and like that with the friend that go like a freak of that. Give the fashion full of lower, every bitch I make the go and cover with the bow and see the cover, niggas bow and see.
I'd say that was a success. So yeah, basically, just in case you were wondering what that was, at the end of every stream I've been trying to sneak in some testing on my Video Shuffle Studio. And Video Shuffle Studio is basically a way to automatically edit a bunch of clips by using a size-based reward penalty and then obviously some beat splitting. So it automatically takes the music that you chose into account and you choose the bars. That's basically how it works. And so what I did, I mean, you saw me do it. I put together all of the clips into one big long line. It was 20 minutes long. It then split them into little chunks. Those chunks were then shuffled. I then took the shuffles and I joined them back together again, and that's how you get that video. So there it is. That's pretty much all I've got for you tonight. It's time for me to disappear, but I'll be back on Wednesday and possibly at some days in between. But wait a minute. Hang on a minute. I won't be back on Wednesday. Do you know why? Because it's Christmas Day. So I hope you all have a a bloody good isthmus, whatever it is that you get up to. And I will be catching you guys probably on Friday, because I'll be like, oh man, I miss you guys. So I'll be coming in early for the Friday and then also for the Sunday. Okay? So next stream is going to be next Friday, a little bit different than usual because we normally do Wednesdays, but everyone's going to be chilling with their families, doing whatever it is. So that's what's the best thing. So, you know, I'm not going to pull you guys away from that for 3 hours. So I'll be thinking about you though. So thank you very much for watching, everybody. It's time for me to bail. I am ejecting.
Just dance to the beat, goes the right high, low lights, long through the busy line. Invites you be certain knows who the proven light. Listen, just you think the nothing is talking about. Let's fly.